I'm gonna try my very best to not lose my composure. This is gonna be one of those videos. So go get your motherfucking popcorn. Get your fucking um. Go get your fucking your blunt, whatever the fuck you like to eat, nigga. Whatever you like to do, smoke, eat. Go get that shit, nigga. Cause I'm about to go in on this one. I'm about to go in. Uh, One thing I'm starting to realize and learn is like, well, I'm sick and tired of people, man. I'm sick and tired of I'm like, remember my last video I made? I said only deal with people for business. Certain situations happen in my life to make me confirm why I believe that shit. Never deal like it's to a point right now where I kind of don't even want to fucking like when I say only deal with people on business, I fucking mean it, because it's to a point right now where even when I see people I'm cool with, I don't even want to chill with them and talk to them like that, because I already know eventually it's gonna play out like, because there's a certain energy. And if you have no business with anybody, you're always gonna find everybody as a demon. Like I don't see anybody in this world I relate to. And I fucking hate it. Like, and it's like every time when I try to, like, in order for me to try to relate to somebody, I have to dumb myself down. I have to bring my energy down, and I have to say a bunch of fake shit. And the moment I get out of that, then it's a problem. Even if like it's so bad to the point where it'll be a bunch of fake ass people, and I'll say something that's not even in my frequency, and it's still fake, but it's not fake enough. They'll be able to be like, okay, he's not like, like, it's that fucking bad. This is why I don't even deal with people at all, because when I get that energy nowadays, I what I do is I act extremely opposite on how they want me to act, and I just create a tower moment, and I talk hella shit, or I'll sabotage, or I'll get loud and have a nigga moment. That's what it ends up happening. So this is why I'm done being nice. I'm done trying to, like, I tried to be respectful, tried to bring it nice. I'm still gonna be doing the qigong. Don't get it fucked up. I'm gonna do the qigong, do the yoga, but I'm gonna just be me. If you don't like me, then you can kiss my fucking ass. Like that stupid dumbass bitch. That, because I tried to tone it down on the disrespect, and that didn't work. I don't want to say it didn't work, because I didn't. There was nothing that I had to do for something that needed to work. So I'm not gonna say it did work or didn't work. I just want to test something fucking new. And what I realized is that I need to just be my fucking self. And if you don't like my message, you can get the fuck off my fucking page, you stupid piece of shit. Okay? Because I am disrespectful. I fucking hate a lot of people. I don't like a lot of people. And sometimes there'll be certain alignments in the sky, and I'll be in a delusion. Like I'm kind of like in a certain way, but that's not really me, because certain alignments or certain things or something may happen, and it reminds me, okay, I need to just be myself. It's not about anything other than what I'm doing. So the message is all that matters. So please just take the message. Do not take anything else other than the message, because I will let you down. And it's to a point right now where I really don't even want to even I don't even want to be cool with no one right now, because I feel like if I'm cool with somebody and I be myself, they're going to do something to piss me off, and then I'm going to make another fucking enemy. So I can't be myself without creating enemies, because I'll be myself and then somebody will do something to piss me the fuck off. And it doesn't have to be like they cuss me out. It could be a situation where they could say something as mundane as, why are you swearing? Or why do you steal from a store? Or just something like that. And then that right there, like if somebody comes up to me and tells me, why do I steal from a store? Like I will literally almost want to choke their fucking brains out. That's how pissed off I am. Or they'll tell me, why do you cuss? Or why do you do this? Or they tell me something that I shouldn't be doing, and the only reason they came up with that reason to ask me was because of the system. When I see shit like that, I want to fucking do something. I don't want to get too disrespectful. I don't want to get the channel banned, but it gets me so fucking irritated. This is why I'm done fucking with people. I'm gonna just be real. He's like, wipe that mouth, bro. I don't gotta wipe shit. I don't gotta wipe shit. Talk about wipe my mouth. Don't get me wrong. I respect you, bro. So shout out to Mike Dam, but I don't gotta wipe shit. If you don't like what the fuck you saying, I shouldn't even wipe my mouth. They say, oh, wipe your mouth. I don't gotta wipe shit. And there's no disrespect. I understand what the intentions you were coming from, but I don't give a fuck what these bum ass pieces of shit got to say. Ain't nobody on here ain't shit. Don't get me wrong. And when I say ain't nobody ain't shit, a lot of you niggas think that I'm thinking everybody's dumb. No, that doesn't mean shit. I'm saying everybody ain't shit as everybody just ain't shit. Just because you got information don't mean shit. If none of this means nothing. A spirit, you being conscious, you having intelligence, none of that means shit. All of that is fucking useless and pointless. At the same time, it's meaningful. It's only meaningful to you. It's not meaningful to shit. Don't think that you're doing some spiritual mission to help out people. Bitch, this is infinite. This shit goes on forever, nigga. There ain't no mission or ain't nothing. This shit goes on forever. We just experiencing. Ain't nothing special about you being aware. Ain't nothing special about you. I'm not saying it's not special, but it is what it is. It's like I go take a shit and I go eat and I go do this. What's so special about that? No, it's an experience. It's an experience. That's it. You can say it's special, but you calling it special is an experience. At the end of the day, none of this shit. I don't want to say it doesn't mean shit because everything is based upon pain. You don't want to feel pain. You don't want to go that. You don't want to feel hell. So therefore, there's certain things you do to not feel that. That's all it really is, to not feel pain. That's all really this shit is about, is to not feel pain. Because when you're stuck in a certain mind frame, you feel pain. This is why you evolve. This is why we go through situations so we don't feel hell. That's it. It's not about no accomplishment. Everything that you want to say accomplished has already been done. It's already been done, but just in a different way. But I'm done being nice, and I never really was nice, but I'm not mean and I'm not nice. But I'm done being a certain way is what I should say, because I was never mean, I was never nice. I was always based upon the situation at hand. But like, I'm just done dealing with this shit because I feel like it's just every time I find I like I, I don't want to say too much, but it's like it's just weird. Like people just so fucking weird. Like it's hella weird. You try to be cool, motherfuckers, and niggas just act so damn funny. Like you can't be yourself. Everyone's so programmed, you can't be yourself. So we got a bunch of bitch ass niggas online who ain't themselves. I'm gonna just be myself from now on. Like, if you guys don't like cussing, swearing, get the fuck off my page right now. That stupid dyke ass, ugly ass, divorced bitch, Faustina Cormani. Bitch, you ever come on my motherfucking live stream again, I'm gonna fucking cuss you the fuck out. Talking about this is why black people this and you don't know history. Bitch, you don't know shit, but what the fuck is on social media? Everybody, 99.9% of people on the internet are fucking retards. You don't know shit. Nobody's smart. Everyone's dumb as fuck. And even if you do know shit and you have knowledge, nigga, like it just means you've been in hell and you've been stuck in hell and you went through more shit. So really, at the end of the day, none of this shit really means shit. The only thing you need to do is get your shit together and live a happy life, and that's it. Make sure your life is fulfilling and happy and you chilling and you doing what you got to do. That's it. Don't be taking on some fucking mission. Oh, we got to do this and got to do that. And we got to wake up the man. Shut the fuck up. You just got that stupid ass shit from fucking social media. You stupid bitch ass nigga. Oh, new age. We got to wake up the masses, the collective, the Palladian. Man, what the fuck are we waking up? Look at this stupid fucking Taco Bell right here. You see this Taco Bell? You see that Taco Bell right there? We got bitch ass niggas still working at this fucking shit. Ain't no waking up. Anybody who's working at Taco Bell in 2024 is a piece of shit. Anybody who's working at a 9 to 5 in 2024 is a piece of shit. And I mean that. I meant that. And I'm not. And if you say, "Well, I work a 9 to 5," man, you don't have to be a piece of shit. Well, eventually, when you stop working there, which one day you will, then you won't be one. I hate humanity so fucking much. Everybody's a fucking idiot. Everybody's a dumbass. And it's crazy because even like when I be around, like this is another reason I don't like to hang around certain people, because I'll start acting in a fake way and I have to catch myself. And then when I start acting real, then that's when the problem starts. So that's why I can't be around motherfuckers. I'm real. I'm not. I'm done. I'm done with this shit. You guys already know. Yeah, fuck this stupid ass. Well, I'm not gonna say fuck this world or life because I like my life. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm perfect. I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. It's wrong with other people. Everybody else ain't shit. Everybody else is a stupid ass bitch. Everybody else can go fucking die and go to hell. Like the problem I have is you can't because I'm such a powerful strong spirit and everybody's so weak. My energy like intimidates people and it makes people like but they don't know what to say, so it plays out and it just them being on some stupid ass nigga shit. That's why I can't be cool with no one because it's like I have to constrain. I have to be a bitch ass nigga and I can't do that. I can't speak my mind. I can't say this. I gotta do that. Like I'm not doing that shit. This is why I like because this is why I've never had a hard time being disrespectful to a motherfucker. I never had a hard time because I knew every time like I'll feel bad for doing something negative, I would just think how much of a piece of shit a human is because I've helped people and they've just like this is why you never want to help people because when you help people, first of all, anybody who needs help 9 out of 10 times is a fuck up. In 2024, anybody who needs help is a piece of shit and is a fuck up. Because you should have, what were you doing 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020? You weren't doing shit but just sitting on your fucking lazy ass being quarantined because the government told you to. You weren't doing nothing. Now you want to say, oh, I'm having this problem. Any problem somebody's having in 2024 onwards is because of them. I'm not saying the government isn't at fault because the government is at fault, but you got to understand anything the government's doing now, they were doing 10 years ago. Bitch, there's always been bills. There's always been inflation. There's always been everything, right? At this point, the reason it's not inflation because 10 years ago, I've always, throughout my whole life, heard about niggas complaining about money issues and not having enough money. I asked my grandmother the other day, I put you on there. I asked my grandmother, was food expensive back in 2007? And she's like, it was hella, it was expensive back then, not as expensive now, but it was still expensive. But when you have everybody out here, they try to make it look like the last 5 years is worse and everything was perfect. No, bitch, you always been a fuck up. You always seen a homeless person. You always seen a piece of shit. You see pieces of shit right now. Most of these people who are on TikTok complaining and bitching, these are the same dumbass niggas who went to school, they're in debt, and they listen to their parents or they listen to whoever told them to go to school and it didn't work out for them. And then they're complaining, oh, it's not work. Bitch, nobody told your stupid ass to go to school. So you're complaining because of your dumbass mistake you made. You're not complaining because of anything else because people who have creative skills and abilities, they're not fucking complaining. They're out to actually doing something. And if they are complaining, it's just like, oh yeah, I'm feeling this, but they're still thriving. It's not about you not having a problem or issue. It's about, are you thriving amidst the chaos? Are you thriving amidst the storm? Are you the calm amidst the storm? There's always going to be storm around you. See what I'm saying? A fucking goddamn Breatharian in fucking South Sudan. There's a storm of starvation. He doesn't eat to eat shit. So he's the calm in the fucking storm. That's what we need to get to. All these motherfuckers out here, everybody is, they're weak as fuck. They're stupid as fuck. They're weak as fuck. They ain't shit. They're never gonna be. They're not trying to be shit. Yeah, I complain, but I always try to find a solution to everything. I'll always find a solution. I don't give a fuck what the fuck it is. I'll always find a solution. And I always do find a solution. Just like people used to tell me, oh, never take out your pain and your anger out on other people. You always want to heal yourself. And I'm for that. You want to heal yourself and not take out your pain. But in the process of me healing, I'm going to take my pain out. You can kiss my fucking ass. There's some people I fucking sabotage and I cussed out and shit I did that because I was angry and in pain. But now throughout my healing journey, in a way, I was like, why did I even do that? Because I don't even feel that way no more. But in the process, I felt that way. So if I felt that way, I'm going to fucking do it. But the key thing is I'm going to be healing myself. I will never stay in a rut and not just do shit. I will always, even if I want to blame the world that I don't like I used to be like extremely, I have fucking a dime to my fucking name. I used to be mad and hate on motherfuckers, but then I transmuted that and I found a way to how to make some money legally and illegally, not just all legally or illegally. I found a way regardless of what it is. Where you see some other bitch ass niggas, they'll complain, oh, I need to do this, I need to do this. I'll be like, why don't you go do this? I tell one of my friends, why don't you go do this? Oh, it's illegal, I don't want to do this. But yet again, motherfucker, like all this shit happens to like because he's not on his spiritual path. I'm on my spiritual path. So this is why he'll complain like why the good guys finish last. Good guys finish last because the good guy is usually the person not on their spiritual path and not in alignment. So if you're a good guy for no reason, you're a fucking stupid ass. If you actually have a purpose and a mission, then none of that really applies to you. At the end of the fucking day, within reason, obviously. If you have a reason and a mission and an intention, Yeah, you try to tell people this stupid shit, and then they'll act like, "Oh, I don't do that. I'm bad." Like they try to act like they're better because they don't do something. But it's like, nigga, what are you doing with your fucking life? You wake up, you go to that shitty job, you come home, you fucking get about to, you're gonna die from cancer because 8 out of 10 people are gonna die from cancer. If you're watching this video, you're gonna end up dying from cancer because, and I'm not just scaring you guys. Like, look what you're fucking eating. The shit's building and it's accumulating. Most people are gonna die from cancer. That's how the doctors have this, how they're going to make so much money in the next 10 to 15 years of in the medical industry. They're going to be like $1 trillion industry because so many people are going to be sick because of the shit you're eating. You're not cleansing. If you're not breatharian, you're gonna die from a disease or you're going to get an accident, such a shot, whatever. So he said, "Oh man, no, yeah, cancer. You got to die from that shit. Most people are going to because of the shit you're fucking eating." So by me saying all this is why it's important to take care of your health. But I had another point. Missed my fucking point, but yeah, I'm just done. I'm done with this shit. I'm done with this fucking shit, man. I'm just gonna be myself from here on out. I'm gonna just focus on the message and the information, and that's solely it. Because I tried to be nice, and I didn't do it because I felt like I needed to. I did it just as an experiment. I just wanted to do it for an experiment, and then certain things happened in my life that made me realize, like, let me just do this, and it just it's so funny. Yeah, but everyone, ain't nobody on this shit. Most people are gonna die from a disease. Ain't nobody on nothing. Um, Another thing you gotta understand is when you're dealing with, first of all, like I said about the only deal with people who are on business. When you're dealing with people who are on business, you got to make sure it's actual business. And at this point, the way I look at it, when you find somebody that's you're dealing with on business, it's gonna come naturally. You don't have to work for it. This is another thing about spirituality and manifestations is you shouldn't have to really work for it. And when I say work for it, I'm not saying there's no hard work, but you shouldn't have to work for it. The hard work you're doing is is you just making a sacrifice. You probably changing your diet. You doing something that's more mental. As far as you having to figure out what's the next financial plan or how do I do this, you don't have to do any of that shit. At the end of the day, every your life is gonna manifest and fruition just from you just being you. It's so simple, it's so easy. And a lot of people may say, "Well, is your life fruition?" My life is fruition because I'm trying to be a breatharian. You may want something that's different than me. Like, I don't want what a lot of you guys have. A lot of you niggas is weak, dumbass fucking spirit. You niggas want a music deal, and no shade to all the people who want music. I'm not like, this is why I don't like social media because, like, I said that shit, and then there's people who do music. They're gonna think I'm talking about them, which I'm not talking about. I'm like, they're like, I'm if anything, I'm looking at them like they're in a situation like they probably get what I'm saying. But like, it's nothing to do with like a lot of people just want dumb shit. This is why you see all these people on TikTok and you see all these people on YouTube, and they'll try to act like, "Oh, I'm here to help the people. I'm here to," bitch, you're not helping nobody. Like, I wouldn't even say I'm helping people. I'm just speaking my experiences. And if I say I'm helping people, I'm just saying that shit as a fucking buzzword because I'm so-called programmed from watching so many social media videos like all you motherfuckers, but you guys are scared to say it, so I'm gonna say that. But in reality, ain't nobody fucking helping really anybody. Like, on a certain level, and when I say that, I'm not saying the information I had and other people don't have don't help, but bitch, it's 2024. How many times you gonna watch that you need to do this, and this to get this, and that? You already know what the fuck you need to do. Nobody's doing it because it takes it feels it in order to get what you want. It takes pain. It takes suffering. It takes hell. It takes fucking hurt. Scratch your fucking. You know that shit hurts. It takes pain. This is why you see everybody's a fuck up. Everybody doesn't have shit. Anybody that tell you a spiritual path is easy is a fucking dumbass. Or they got a weak ass fucking spirit. So even if they do, like, I'm not, because people will tell you, "Oh, the spirit's infinite. The spirit could be anything. I could be where you're at." Yeah, you could be where I'm at, bitch. But you got to go through 1,000 lifetimes doing a whole bunch of shit. You stupid fucking idiot. Yeah, you could be a fucking billionaire, but anybody could be a billionaire. Anybody could do what Bill Gates did, technically, because he's a human and he did certain shit. But are you gonna have the avenues open up to you? Do you have the time to do it? Are you even able to do it? Do you know the connections? You see what I'm saying? But fundamentally, anybody can fucking be what Bill Gates was because he's a human being who created a fucking computer chip. You're a human being. You can create it, but is a situation going to play out like that? Obviously, there's more to it. So that's the same with spiritual knowledge. Don't think, oh, geez, just because you're a spirit, you got this, or we have the knowledge to be aware. You got to work for that fucking shit. There's certain wisdom and knowledge you can't even get unless you go through pain and hell and shit and certain things. You can't even go through it. You have to go through certain lessons and shit. Just think of all the lessons you learned in life, things that you wish you didn't go through. But when you look back, it taught you a lesson that you can never learn unless you went through it. So don't you think that's like that on a different scale? That's why everybody's a fuck up and a piece of shit. And this world is like it's done. But the main thing is a health issue because most people who aren't cleansing their body, and it's going to cause a lot of disease and problems and shit. So like that's the main thing people need to really take care of is their fucking health because it's gonna like 8 out of 10 people are gonna end up. They say 1 out of 3 people are gonna have cancer within like 2030. And you can't be surprised if you guys are scared or surprised. Like what the fuck are you talking? Like don't you see all the shit you eating? They tell you this has cancer in it. It tells you the shit. It builds up over time. It's not gonna get you right now. Why do you think an old fuck is sick? You see an old bitch in a fucking hospital in a nursing care. The reason old people are fucking old fucks that are sick is not because they're old. It's because they ate garbage. They consumed garbage for 60 years. If you're 80 years old and you've been eating hamburgers for 40 years, who's going to have more damage? That or somebody who's 20 years old who only been eating them for like 5-6 years? So old age has nothing to do with, oh, you're old. It has everything to do with, motherfucker, you've been consuming garbage. Because to be honest, the natural way you're supposed to, well, at the end of the day, everyone's supposed to die in their own way. But as far as like a breatharian, because everyone dies, a breatharian is supposed to just pass out through meditation or just whenever they want to go out, or they're sleeping, or they just drop, and it's supposed to, that's a natural death. Anytime you have a disease, then that's a problem. If you have an accident, that's a problem too. But sometimes the spirit comes and you're supposed to die in a disease or an accident. Some people, they're supposed to die with cancer or some whatever because that's their whatever they chose to experience, or they're supposed to die with that. But in terms of like if you're on a spiritual path and you're cleansing and everything, and you're on the mission, you're really supposed to just pass out because anybody could die anyway. But the most natural way you could, they'll have you thinking that you're supposed to, you only die from a disease or accident, not knowing that you can also die from just your body just being done. Could you die once you're done with once you've learned all the lessons you can extract from this experience? That's what we call death. So the moment your spirit is like, it will calculate the reality. There's nothing I can learn from this reality within this vessel. That's when death occurs. So when you die and you're on a spiritual mission, breatharian, then you would die at that time. The spirit wants you to go, and it will be just based on like, it'll be no reason. You just drop dead. Like the body just stops working. There was no reason for it, but you have to get out of here eventually. But if you're like on a negative frequency, then that's when you have other things happen to you and fucking, like, you see what I'm saying? But a lot of people, like, yeah, that's just it's gonna hit a lot of people, and they're doing it on purpose. That's why I'm telling you guys breatharian, qigong, fasting. Once you do that, you're good, you're straight, because the body's gonna be cleansing. Especially if you're going on these regular fasts. Like at this point, like it should be like fasting should be a habit for most people. But I'm not gonna sit here and push anything because I don't really give a fuck. I just speak what helped me, and I know it helped a lot of people who watch my videos. And that's, I can really give a fuck what people do. To be honest, I hope some people don't fast. Some people need to just die. Like I don't want to like fucking. You see all these bots out here. You see all these fucking district attorneys and judges and fucking firemen and all these worthless scumbag shits that just fucking walk the street. They don't need to live. They need to die from fucking cancer. That bitch ass stupid nigger, fucking nappy headed ass nigger, defense attorney, he got prostate cancer. That stupid piece of shit. I hope he fucking dies slow. That fucking idiot. Like, of course you have prostate cancer. You're a fucking defense attorney for the United States Corporation of fucking shit. You fucking idiot. Obviously you're gonna have that, you fucking dumbass. I hope you fucking die slow, you old ass, decrepit piece of shit. I hate the government. And I hate fucking Jewish people. I don't like you guys. You guys are fucking very nasty. You guys are ugly. You niggas stink, and your food is horrible. I went to these fucking crackers' house. They were Jewish because my parents, they were rich when I was younger. They still got some money, but my dad, he worked in computer program. We went to this fucking stinky ass Jewish motherfuckers. Fucking his son's bar mitzvah. That food was disgusting. I remember that. It's funny because that bitch, the fucking daughter, because my dad talks to them and shit, and he's all telling me like the daughter got $1 million fucking chef catering business and shit, and like I'm looking at like how the fuck like their people, they hook their people up, like they have networks and connections, so they hook their people up. So I guess like this bitch got she got like a whole bunch of loan money and shit, like because I know because my dad was talking to them and shit. I'm like, he's like, oh, the daughter has $1 million catering business and stuff. You should have a like, bitch. That fucking bitch got helped by these Jewish fucking people and shit. They put the bitch on like the fuck. Black people don't do that to our people, and then they wonder why they tell why don't you go back? Why don't black people leave the hood? Because ain't nobody like give a fuck about you in the hood. People tear you down. They don't help you in the hood like other people and shit. Even the Mexicans are more fucking loyal and shit. They loyal to family and compared to black people and shit and other races. That's one thing niggas ain't is loyal. Yeah, niggas ain't loyal. Ain't nobody really loyal to be honest. Yeah, like fuck everyone. And I'm not saying people got to be loyal, like, cause I never trust. I've never been in a position where, like, I was betrayed like that. Like, somebody may have fucking like did some little like lie to me, but it was never a mass betrayal. Cause I have an Aries moon. I've always been dependent on myself. Like, I always will get what the fuck I need if I had to go and because me, I barely worked in my fucking life. Most of the main reason when I was younger, and I could like because most of the time I didn't work because I was either really too depressed. I had anxiety in the beginning. I was just too depressed. I didn't have anxiety, and I couldn't even do shit. I couldn't even get out of the bed before I was doing my yoga and shit. That's how bad my depression was. It was hard for me. I could get out, but it was hard and nobody believed me. So at that point, that's why I didn't really steal shit. I didn't really, not steal. Even I couldn't even steal shit from the stores. Nothing. I couldn't do. I had to like sit in the bed. I didn't have no way to make money. Then as I started doing yoga, qigong, and the energy started flowing, then that's what made my mind more like I started thinking of ways how to do scams and how to like go into like to be honest, the yoga and like me removing the blockage is like the reason why I was able to do shit like a lot of the shit that I'm doing way better because it made me more focused. I'm not saying you don't want to use this energy for negative, but I don't. It's not negative because I use it for my own spiritual growth. I wouldn't have been able to make it this far doing yoga and qigong because I like. Well, I would have, but I just didn't want to. I'm like, because at the end of the day, I just do what the fuck I want to do. I don't have a reason for you guys. I don't have to give you guys any reason or nothing. I do it because I fucking feel like doing it. Yeah. It's just fucking crazy though. Like it's like this shit is so like. Oh yeah, I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wants to join. If you got a problem with anything I said today, if you have an issue, come in the link. Yeah, but I tried to change, guys. I try to be more respectful. You're not gonna get no. I'm gonna be disrespectful. This is just who I am because I tried to be. I tried to tone down my energy, and then it's like it's good for a little bit. Then something happens. Like somebody will do something to me. Like I tone down my energy so I don't get the response as I get when my energy is high. But when I do that, people still give me the response eventually. In the beginning, no, but eventually they give me the same response. So I'm like, why even waste my time? Let me just be me fully. So this is why I'm just gonna be me. I'm gonna be a little bit more disrespectful and I'm gonna talk a little bit more shit. So if you don't like it, then just leave the fucking channel. Because I'm gonna run my fucking mouth. I don't take this shit serious. I take my life serious, and that's I don't take this YouTube shit serious. I don't give a fuck about this shit like you niggas do. I'm trying to be right there, and I'm trying to be honest, I'm trying to detach from everything. I'm trying to get to a state where I don't need to fuck, I don't need to eat, drink, I don't even need to breathe. But that's gonna probably take me years because you can't get to that point. But that's my mission, and that's it. I don't give a fuck about nothing else. Fuck everything else. All these niggas talking about, oh, it's about getting money. It's about getting money. If you talking about it's about getting money and you ain't no millionaire in 2024, you can kiss my fucking ass. You ain't about no damn money, bitch. You know how many ways out here to make money? And I'm just to the people who talk about, oh, money. It's about money. It's about money. You know how many ways out here to make money? Say, I seen a stupid ass nigga the other day. Oh, I like Louis Vuitton, Givenchy. I like design. Like he was literally doing, I like design. I'm like, bitch, you look like you got a fucking Walmart stretched out tee. Shut the fuck up, nigga. You just saying that because it looks cool. Like that's all it is. People are so broke and so retarded that they have to talk like they're rich to sound cool. If I had money, I'd be on Da Vinci, a designer. I got the private jet, the SL36. They know all the names to this shit, but you can't even afford the shit that's like 2 tiers below it. You can't even afford Tommy Hilfiger, bitch. You talk about Gucci and designer Givenchy. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. Go make a fucking Beanie Baby, you lame ass scumbag, faggot. Fuck you. Fucking hate these stupid motherfuckers. You get fuck all that stupid material. I'm tired of material shit. I hate material. I hate this fucking world. Anybody talking to you about money, tell them go make some fucking money. Nigga, go run up $1 million. There's this nigga I seen. He's 23. He ran up like he runs like he makes like $300,000 a month. He ran up like about $5 million in the last few years. He makes it look like it's easy. Like the way he talks, he could tell he's stupid too. Like the way he talks, like his mind is he's like a Taurus. He's very surface level and dumb and just about money. Like that's the energy. And like this nigga's able to run up a bag and shit. And I'm like, all these other black people, you even see black people in the conscious community. We gotta make black wealth and we gotta learn how to learn credit and learn how to save and invest. And shut the fuck up, nigga. Talk about saving and investing, but you ain't even got $1 million. Then you got people out here making all this other money. It's just the niggas. They just want to talk their fucking mouth because it sounds good. They want to make it look like they sound cool. I'm about my money. But bitch, at the end of the day, if your papers don't show you got $1 million, you're not really on the shit. Talk about all this fucking money and shit, but they can't even go and get the money. Just like motherfucker talking about, oh, I like to enjoy my food. Like somebody's like, oh, I like to eat. I like to enjoy my food. We eat to enjoy. Bitch, shut the fuck up. You complain about the price of food. You can't even go. You can't even go to a 5-star restaurant. You can't even go to fucking Benihana's and get the fucking steak, like the most expensive steak. You got to go to fucking Walmart and get the steak on clearance. You gotta wait till it's sale. You gotta get EBT. You talk about, ooh, I enjoy. Bitch, you can't even enjoy the shit you want to enjoy. At least if you gotta eat it, go to a 5-star restaurant, eat the most expensive shit. At least if you have money, bitch, go out and go get a Lamborghini, go get a fucking Urus or some shit. Buy a building, go build some land or on some land or do something. Don't just talk about the shit. As you can tell, they all full of shit. They all fake. They ain't all about nothing. Because it's cool to talk about it and shit. And then you got a lot of niggas who like they ain't even have money because a lot of you guys think that everybody got. Most of these niggas don't got shit. Like you can, because there's so many broke people in 2024. You can make $10,000 a month look like $1 million a year. That's how many broke, dumbass, miserable people are. So you can take little money, which is not like 10,000. Take little ass money like that, and then you could go and fucking make it look like you live $1 million lifestyle. So you get the average YouTuber making probably like around like 10, 15 little chump change. And then they'll fucking make themselves look like they have a lot of money and shit. Like, bitch, you don't got shit. Like, where are your assets? Where are your real shit? Like, the only thing you got is a fucking iPad and a fucking, the newest phone. And a gaming setup. Bitch, that's not money. Fucking stupid ass nigga. Like, where's the real show? They go with some designer shit. Like, bitch, you gotta, like, that's not money. Most of the people, they have to budget that designer shit. Like, they're not buying it effortlessly. They're not like they're buying it effortlessly. There's niggas who do buy that shit effortlessly, but they're not gonna be really flexing like that because it's like they're so used to it. There's no point. It's like you flexing that you could do addition to a fucking kindergartner. Like I could do this 1 + 1, nigga, and like what's the point? Eventually it gets fucking like played out. So any real nigga with money ain't gonna be really showing it off like that unless them showing it off is making them money. Most of these motherfuckers, they don't got a dime to their name, or they probably make a little like $8,000 a month from YouTube and shit. Got their little, and they go in, they buy the most expensive nigger shit so they can look a certain way and present a certain image, but they're really like they're not. Because I have family that do stupid nigga shit like that. They go out, run out, like nigga go out and make 100 racks, go out and waste it in a year. And then he's like, well, nigga, I got this shit. It's easy money, nigga. I'm like, nigga, easy come, easy go. As I be laughing, I'm like, nigga, go out and hit a lick. Like when my cousin goes to hits a fucking lick, because he be doing some weird shit, like dumbass shit. Like I don't want to say what he did, but he goes to hit us a fucking lick, like a dumbass. Then he goes waste the money. I'm like, nigga, you gotta go risk your life to do all this shit, get all that money just to go waste it in a year. Now you back to square one. Now you going there. Now you thinking about doing what your dumb shit you just did again. Like the nigga's stupid. And it's like that whole year you were flexing and showing off, but then like next year, all those people that see you flexing, like now they don't see you flexing. Now you look stupid. Like they don't even think. Shit's funny though. Also, I don't give a fuck about none of this material shit though. I really don't give a shit about it. And it's not like saying I don't care about it because oh, I hate money and all this shit. And like I do hate money, but like I don't. It's not like this is something I really don't give a fuck about. Like you guys don't have to believe me or not. Like I really don't give a shit about none of this shit. Like I grew up with money, with things. I don't care about shit like that. I remember fucking when I was like 5 years old. My dad gave me a $5 bill and he gave my brother 5 ones. I threw the $5 bill in the trash can because I thought 5 ones was more than $5. Like I didn't think, like I was a kid and I was like I want a $5. I knew it was the same, but I wanted $5. I didn't want just 1 5 because I seen he had more cash. And I threw that shit in the garbage. And my parents like they come upstairs like where's your 5? I don't remember what happened, but all I remember is I went upstairs, threw it in the trash, and the next like moment like they're in the trash telling me like well, why did you throw it away? Like cause I guess they asked me where the money was or some shit. But I don't give a fuck about none of this stupid ass shit. That's why, like, I'm so grateful. I'm so glad I'm a fucking Breatharian. Like, I know how it feels when these people talk about energy. I tapped into the energy. I'm tapped into it right now. It's just certain levels to it. But like, so if I could take this further, I literally feel like I don't need shit. And I'm like, I feel so grateful for that. Like, I feel like I'm lucky. Like, I see somebody else, I'd be like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I see the motherfucker like who got it don't matter what the fuck they have. Like, nigga, you still gotta eat. Like, I see people eating at the fucking restaurant. I'll be like, I feel like sad and guilty and like, you know, when like you got like a new car, you got like a new something good, but then other people don't have it, and you walk by them with your new thing, and you're like, you kind of like, you don't look down, but you're like, I'm glad I'm not them. I'm glad I have. That's how I feel. Like, I'm glad I don't fucking have to eat. Like, these niggas gotta spend money. They gotta do this, and like, I'd be like, damn. And especially people who don't have money like that, so like you gotta eat cheap. You gotta make sure you have money to eat. It's not like you rich, you can enjoy and shit. And even then, like they have health issues. That's why I say this world is hell. Because most people are just gonna die from a health problem and a health illness. That's why I say don't envy none of these people. You see all these rich people out here. You see all these people out here that you say, oh, the politicians. A lot of them are gonna die from cancer. They're gonna die horribly because they're living a very negative lifestyle in terms of they're not taking care of their health. And on top of it, the reason why they're going to die negatively is not just because they're not taking care of their health. It's because if you have a spiritual mission and you ain't take care of your health, the spirit's going to make sure you go out good. But these people are scumbags, just like that stupid nigger, nappy-headed nigger defense attorney who got prostate cancer, that piece of shit. They try to make it look like it's a bad thing. That's a good thing. A person in government got a fucking disease. And the way to cure that disease is anti-government. So he can never cure his prostate cancer because the process to curing it is anti-government. And he's so programmed, any type of cure you give him, his mind is so anti-government because he works for the government. You can't be anti-government, not work for the government. So he's not gonna even take the fucking cure. He's gonna say, oh, it's not backed up by FDA, it's not backed up by science, and he's gonna just create his own demise. That's why some of these niggas like disease, bad health is actually not a bad thing 100%. Like a lot of Mooney Mercury, he likes to say equilibrium. Some people need to have bad health. Like a lot of these Masons and Jews, they have bad health. They don't need no cure. It's good that it's hard to fast. It's good that it takes discipline to fast and do Qigong and yoga. It's good it takes a lifestyle because it makes it hard. That means a scumbag can't fucking use it and get well and stay on this planet and become a piece of shit. This is how you see a lot of pieces of shit, they just fucking die off. It's not like nobody's gotten the information to get healthy and shit. It's there. Everybody knows. Everybody knows to get better. I did an experiment. And you go to a dope head. You be the most strung out nigga. Go to a fucking prostitute if you're a female, whatever. Just lie to them. Be like, I'm finally gonna get off the drugs. I'm finally gonna stop be a hooker if you're a female. Or just say you be around somebody who's smoking or who's eating unhealthy. I'm finally gonna stop smoking. I'm finally gonna eat healthier. It doesn't matter how addicted they are. You know what? One thing they will tell you, they will all tell you, that's good. So deep down, they know spiritually that's good. It's not like they're like, why are you gonna do that? Just like you go to somebody, you say, I'm gonna go and strangle this kitten. People, the average person will say, why would you do that? Because deep down, people know it's bad. But why is it when you say something good, like I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna quit drugs to a drug addict, strung out, they will tell you that's good because they know that they should be doing that. Even if they don't want to change, even if they're a fucking party head, they will always be like, that's good, man. Keep it up. Don't quit this shit. And it never fails. I've seen people who have bad diets. I'd be like, I'm a breatharian. They'd be eating garbage, and I was like, oh, that's good, man. Keep it up. Drug addicts. I'm finally quitting the drugs. I'm going to sober living. That's good, man. Always. So this tells you people aren't stupid. People know what the fuck they need to do. Even when you see somebody who's a murderer, who's a psychopath, who's like, oh, I'm crazy. Like anybody who you see that always has to pronounce how crazy they are, these are people who are, this motherfucker was looking at me, kind of distracting me. These are people who are fucking, they want you to, the fact that somebody wants you to know how crazy they are means they're not that crazy. If somebody was really crazy, they'll be doing crazy shit thinking it's normal, and they will assume you think it's normal. You will have to physically stop them. But if they're crazy and they're like, I'm crazy, don't fuck with me, I'm crazy, this means that they're acting crazy on purpose to try to get a reaction out of you. So these people are really hurt, damaged, and they're insecure, and they care about validation about somebody. Because why would you have to keep saying like, I'm angry, or I'm crazy, don't fuck with me? A real psychopath is gonna think, because if you see a real psychopath and you look into their eyes, they literally think what they're doing is normal. Like there's some type of wiring that's fucked up in their brain, so they'll go and think it's normal. But somebody who's like, oh, I'm a psychopath, I'm a psycho. No, nigga, you just a fucking damaged person who's very angry. And you want me to, because why would you care if I think you're crazy or not? If you're crazy, nigga, do what you gotta do, and your actions will show that you're crazy. Not you keep telling me. That's why I say ain't nobody shit. Fuck, like most people, like they'll try to, because most people who try to play like they're crazy, notice they'll always act like somebody from a Masonic film, like some serial killer, like Jason, Freddy, or the Massacre. They'll take on the same program, or even like people like what's that nigga, the fucking cult member dude, Jim Jones, or fucking the dude who Charles Manson. They'll take on these programs that the Mason created, and then they will act like these crazy people, but then say like they're crazy. I'm like, nigga, you obviously ain't that crazy because you're able to decipher that's a program, and you know, how would you, if you're really crazy, you wouldn't know what other people think is crazy. You would think that other people think you're normal, and you would have to have life teach you that, like this is why you can see these people are full of shit. Most motherfuckers, they're just crazy. Like they're crazy, but not in the way they think they're crazy. That's how you call out a motherfucker on their bullshit. And this goes with everything. It's like, why do you care so much about me, like giving you some type of like acceptance, or I'm validating something about you? Like, why do you need, like, if that's what you are, nigga, then you should know that. Like, I don't care what motherfuckers think about me, because like I look at it like, most people, they don't know about themselves, so any perception they have about me, nigga, like that's flawed perception. He says, salute Chauncey, I've been doing Qigong 2 times a day. And on my 5th day in a row, you need to be doing 3 times, and you need to be on your 6th motherfucker. I'm just fucking with you. That's good. Keep it up though. But like I said, we make it 6 day, make it 7 day, 8 day, infinite day. And by the time you get to a certain day, it's not gonna be hard to reach infinite because it's gonna be like natural. It's gonna be like coffee in the morning. Like, some niggas, I don't never drink coffee in the morning unless I was going to the gym. But some people, they need their coffee in the morning. That's pretty much what this is. It's a natural boost, energy boost. I want to say energy boost. It's an energy, mental, spiritual, everything boost. It's like it's an everything boost. Yeah, I'm about to come at just another workout that I have. Um, I love the moves in that one. I'm gonna do that one next. I like the moves in that one. So I'm gonna do that one next. I'll probably do that tomorrow or the day. I'll probably do that on Sunday morning. Sunday morning, I'll probably do that one. But don't forget to keep up the fast as well. The fasting, that's another thing. I'm gonna make a whole live stream just talking about fasting and getting deep into that. Like, when I say deep, I'm not getting to the deep knowledge point. Oh, the fasting and what this does. I'm getting it deep as in the shit you need to know to get your ass up and doing it the next day. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know autophagy and this and that and what it does and the cleansing mechanism of the fast and all that. Who gives a shit? Like, what can you know that's gonna get you off your ass to do it tomorrow? And what can help you? That's it. Then once you start doing it, the experience is what's gonna teach you, not you researching this shit on the internet. Because most knowledge, you already know most knowledge, and you just gotta unlock it. You don't have to be researching everything. But yeah, probably gonna end this live stream right now. I don't know. I'll probably be on for a little bit. Fuck it. I got free time today. I already mailed my packages, so had a lot of fucking eBay packages I had to mail off. Yeah, and I got my grandmother something because she wanted something. Yeah, and you can't charge the grandmother. The grandmother has to get this stuff for free. So well, I can't say that. My grandmother, some people got some piece of shit grandmother, so I don't know. Like, some people like, how could you ever do that to your mother? No, how can you ever do that to your mother? Your mother, you loved your mother because your mother was your mother. Some people, they mother ain't shit, so that's the reason why they probably did whatever they did to their fucking mother. Like, I'm not saying that they deserve. I don't know. I wasn't there. There's a reason why people do shit. I don't sit there and like to project like my dad. He'll be um, like, I remember when the Trayvon Martin thing came on. He'll be like, "Oh, Trayvon Martin thing," because a week before that happened, he's all telling me, "Oh, be careful, you don't argue with police and shit." And then the Trayvon Martin thing happened. He's like, "You see, I told you." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, that has nothing to do with what the fuck we're going. Just because Trayvon Martin's a nigger and he got shot by some police doesn't mean shit. Like, that's a different situation." So don't fucking compare my situation to that situation. That's how they want. This is what these dumb faggot masons. They want you to sit there and fucking like. This is how you manifest dumb shit. Like, I don't care if somebody that's not me. That's not my fucking people. If that motherfucker hit people, it's funny how people will trauma bond and make a connection with something negative, but not something positive. If somebody went and got in a car wreck, they'll say, "Well, be safe because that could be you." But when somebody wins the lottery or somebody finds money on the ground, or just to say something like they get an NBA deal, or just something happens that is so supposed to be so-called good according to the system, then people want to be hating, and they'll find a reason. Oh, he's gonna waste his money, or he doesn't know what he's doing. They want to find something negative, but they can't relate to that. Why can't they relate to that? But then they can relate to the positive shit or the negative shit. It's because human beings have mental illness. This is why I don't trust people, because everybody's damaged. Everybody's traumatized. Even people you think are spiritual. When I see that, I'm not just talking about people who are bots. I'm not saying I have problems too. I'm not gonna say I'm perfect. I have issues. I'm not mentally fully straight. I do have some mental illness, and I'm not saying that as in I was diagnosed. I'm just saying that as based upon like like how I take spiritual accountability. Like, if I don't fucking like you, I don't fucking like you. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I love somebody just so. I'm not gonna pretend I love somebody and I like something just so I don't feel like I'm a hater. If I don't fucking like you, I'm gonna say I don't fucking like you. If I see something nice, nigga, shit, it get to a point. It used to get to a point where if I seen you with something very, very nice and I like that motherfucking shit and I didn't like you and I felt like you didn't deserve it, I'll fucking sabotage and fuck that shit up just to make myself feel better. But I don't be on that frequency anymore. But I used to get like that. If I seen somebody that was happy or they had something, I'll fuck their shit up or do something to it. And I ain't saying that's right. But at the same time, it's like we live in a world where life ain't fair. So if life ain't fair, nigga, then sometimes I'm not gonna do fair shit. That's just it's an equilibrium. Sometimes unfair shit happens to me. That means sometimes I have to do unfair shit. And it's not like I do it on purpose. It happens. Nigga, like if I'm fucking thirsty and I need fucking some water and I don't feel like spending my dollar on it, nigga, I'm gonna fucking just steal the motherfucking water. Kiss my fucking ass. It wasn't fair when you came and took over this Indian land and slaughtered them. So it's not gonna be you're stupid. Like what gets me mad is when you see these companies like Walmart have the audacity to say like they lost $1 billion or they lost $800 million. It's like, bitch, you're fucking doing business on a land that was slaughtered as a result of like the whole Indian invasion thing. And you're doing business on that land and you're making billions of dollars and you're paying people chump change. You can't even pay rent. Everybody who works at Walmart, low wage, which is most of the workers, can't even pay rent, has to live with somebody to pay rent. It's not a livable wage. And yet you think all that money you make, there's not going to be some type of theft, some type of fraud, some type of lawsuit litigation. You don't think that karma, the spirit, the universe has some type of equilibrium to kind of, I'm not going to say correct it because it's not correcting it because they still have a lot of money and shit. It's not, but they're not going to have some type of thing to make it. You're dumb. Like if I'm making $10 billion a year in profit, if I lost 1 billion, I'm not going to give a shit. I'm going to be like, at least I made 9. And especially if I lost the 9 billion because people swindled it, like I'm going to take it as like, it comes with the business. It's part of the losses and the expenses. But these motherfuckers, like they have an ego. Like, how dare you guys? You still like shut the fuck up. First of all your shit at Walmart, Target is crap. Everything in this system is shit. I don't care if it's a fucking 4K TV, the most expensive one, a fucking Lamborghini. All of that shit is shit. This is why, like a Lamborghini and a Bugatti, that's why they're so expensive. A Lamborghini and a Bugatti is a regular car. Everything like Honda and all that's shit car. But everything is so cheaply made and everybody's so broke because the way this capitalism works, they have to make cheap products. So now you think cheap products are good. You think a Honda is a good car. You think a BMW for 50 grand is a good car, which it is, but if there was no capitalism and there was no greed and it was just based on resources, you're going to use the best resource. You're going to go get the material they use for Bugatti or for Lamborghini or for Rolls Royce. You're not going to use a cheap ass Honda type. But since we live in capitalism, everyone's broke. It gives you the illusion, oh, it's a nice Honda, but it really ain't shit. It's a piece of shit, fucking like piece of sleep metal they just dump on an engine and they call a car and they sell it for really, really cheap. And you're forced to look at it like it's nice. Just like a kid in Africa is forced to look at a pair of dirty sandals as luxury because they can't even afford a brand new pair. So it's like an acquired taste. Like you think that you live in, but it's really shit. Even these houses is garbage, trash. A house that costs $500,000 shouldn't be more than 50 grand. That shit is pennies. They're ripping everybody off. They should be teaching everybody how to build these fucking houses. This is why when people say, oh, you're lazy, you don't want to work. No, bitch, I don't mind working. I work on myself every day. I don't mind working to learn how to build a house. If I had the money and the resource like that, I would fucking get my own land and build my own house. Literally. I want to learn how to do that. That looks fun as fuck. Like learn how to do the process, and at the same time, I wouldn't mind going to school to learn to do that. Harness your own water, how to make my own telecommunication, so I can have my own cell phone data network, and I don't have to be dependent on their shit. I have my own internet server. I have my own ISP, so they teach us how to make telecommunication, and we learn that shit. I don't mind working like that, but why the fuck you gotta work at a warehouse? You gotta work customer service. You gotta work at a fucking restaurant. That's a waste of time. A robot can do that stupid shit. Fucking do that dumbass shit. And if you don't want to do that, you're lazy. That's not lazy for not wanting to do that stupid weak ass shit. If you want to do that stupid weak ass shit, you're an idiot. You're a dummy. remember this stupid dread-headed ass nigger come up to me. I was cool with him because I talked to him a few times. He stays in the area where I stay at, and he was cool and everything. But he keep talking about Jesus and God, and at first I was like, I'm gonna let it pass. But like every time I see him, he's like, "Oh, I'm trying to better my life, and I'm trying to go to work." And he's all telling me, "Oh, you should find a job doing this." Because I don't tell people the money I have. I don't tell people at all because people want to start asking you for rides. They want to ask you for money. So this is why. That's another reason. I'll get into that. That's another reason I don't talk to motherfuckers. They always want something from you. So he's like, "Oh, you should probably go out here and get a job here and maybe and just pray to the Lord." Like he's trying to give me advice. Like he don't know who the fuck I am and what video. He's trying to give me advice, and I'm looking at his life. His life is in shambles. His life ain't shit. He's scared. He's a nigger who got scared and went to church. He's that nigger. So he's fucking scared, hiding behind the pews in that dusty ass fucking child fucking church. And he has the audacity to tell me, "Oh, you should go to church, you should do this." But yet, nigga, I seen you for the past 8 months every day. You in the same situation. Because when I look at somebody, I look at them for the past 8 months, past a year. I see them in the same situation. Like me, there's situation I'm not in. I should have been in. But when I see other motherfuckers, they try to act like that's not even like that's not a thing or what they're going through. I look at their life like, nigga, you were doing the same thing last year because you guys don't understand. It's 2024, 2020 fucking four. Last year went by quick. When the time goes by faster, you need to be able to look at the year before and the year prior and see what people were doing, what you were doing. They analyze. That's 2 years went by. So when I see somebody still working the same job, still doing the same thing after a year, they didn't improve on nothing. And then they were just trying to tell me what they're doing. Like I'm looking at them like that shit didn't work because you're still miserable. And it's funny because around these fucking astrological dates, I see people like that spaz the fuck out. Like you'll see somebody be like the dude I was talking to this motherfucker, he was all cool. And then it was Mars conjunct Saturn or Jupiter. I think it was Mars conjunct Jupiter around that day. And then he started having a fucking attitude for no fucking reason. And I already know because Mars and Gemini, and plus I have Pisces and Saturn. I know I have Pisces Sun in the seventh house, so it was squaring my shit. So I was like, okay, he started acting like a fucking dickhead for no fucking reason. And then after that point, I was like, I didn't say nothing to the motherfucker. Like he just because he came up to me, was cool with me, and then after that, I think I said something. He got offended by it, and then I'm like, this is why I don't even like to entertain people or nothing else. I'm like, I'm just gonna beat it myself. And then the next day, somebody else came to me, asked me for a fucking ride. I was like, I'm not gonna give you no fucking ride. And then the only reason the other nigga doesn't ask for no fucking ride is because his mom fucking get some shit. So he doesn't ask me for no ride, but this nigga, he was asking me for a ride and shit, and he was cool with me. And then I gave him a ride because I was going somewhere. And then the next day, he's like, "Can I get a ride?" I was like, "No, I'm busy." I went to drop off my packages at the post office. This nigga comes out, "Oh, I thought you were saying you were busy." And shit. And then like, no, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. He said something else. And he's like, "Oh, you're here?" Because I didn't know he was coming to the post office. He came to the fucking post office, and then he seen me, and he's like, "Oh, I thought you weren't going over here." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going." I made up a fucking lie. I just didn't want to take him, so I just took him because he seen me, and I was going that way. Because if I lied to him, it would have been like I'm a dickhead, but I probably should have. But when he was in a car, he started acting funny and shit. Like, cause before he was all cool, but then now he's all having an issue. He gave me some money to take him, but he started having an attitude with me. Like he didn't say, like, it was just weird. He didn't have an attitude, but before he was more like saying, engaging and talking, but now you can kind of tell he was mad, like I tried to lie. And in my mind, I'm like sitting here like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I don't owe this motherfucker shit. I don't even fucking know you. You ain't giving me no money. You ain't giving me shit. The only reason I was cool with this motherfucker because he paid me gas the other time, and he was kind of like, looked like he was down bad. He didn't have no vehicle. So he's like, oh, he said he had to go to this appointment or whatever. So I just took him. But like, this is exactly why I don't fucking deal with motherfuckers, because they be on some weird shit. So, and it always plays out. It's to a point where I think the reason it's playing out is because the spirit is like telling me like this is why I don't deal with motherfuckers. This is why I don't deal with people. The spirit doesn't want me hanging around motherfuckers because every time it's always a problem. And it's to a point right now where, like, even when I see people I'm cool with nowadays, like, I don't even want to meet most people to be. I want to just do my shit and be on a frequency. And then once I get to that point, then I'll be in a state. But at this point, I don't need to be around nobody at all. Like, I really don't. I don't need to be around. Like, I don't want to meet nobody on fucking YouTube in real life. I need to just work on myself right now because, like, it's especially on YouTube, because I don't want to meet somebody and I end up creating an enemy because I'm being myself. And yeah, and then I create an enemy from being myself too much, or I have to act a certain way just so I don't be an enemy, and I'm not gonna do that. That's why I was like, yeah. This is some real shit that I have to just say because I'm just tired of beating around the bush and dealing with all this bullshit. So if you don't like the content, you don't like the content. You don't have to watch. But I am gonna be how I was before. I don't give a fuck what you think, and it is what it is. Sorry, not sorry. Yo, Chauncey, this Mercury retrograde is fucking me up. I can keep locking myself out in my supply. Okay, okay. I'm not speaking. I'm not telling you what to do, but like, if I was in your situation, or let me just rephrase this. You should just pretty much act your spirit, or pretty much do some type of shadow work and get a definite answer and act your spirit. Should you even be in the military? Because that alone, you probably shouldn't even be in that shit. That's probably why a lot of the negative things keep happening to you. Because the military is very low vibrational, um, and so I'm not saying you can't be. I don't want to say you can't be on your spiritual path in it, but I don't know anyone who's on a spiritual path who's in it. And anybody who's on a spiritual path who's in it, part of their spiritual path probably was to leave it. But because the way I look at it is like the military is just very negative. People there are very negative. I was at fucking Disneyland years ago, and there was this dude. He was in the military. I guess he was a sergeant or something. This nigga was literally bragging about how he shot a pregnant ass fucking female with a baby in Iraq. He's like, I shot this bitch in her fucking stomach, and this bitch nigga is talking this shit hella loud, like the whole line can hear it. I'm like, damn, you proud of that shit? It's crazy, and like when I see that, I just see somebody who's very damaged. Like a stupid bot will be like, "Oh, he's hard, he's cold, he's cold blood." That's not cold. That's just bitch ass nigga. Like the fuck? Who gives a fuck? I wouldn't even say bitch ass nigga. You're just a person who fucking killed somebody with a fucking womb. Okay, do something really hard. Do something like actually take over this shit. Do something like help a bunch of people, or go kill the real enemy. Go kill this government. Fucking talking about fucking. Well, I killed this lady. Okay, whatever. You killed a fucking human with a womb in it. Big fucking deal. Will you want to take it to that level? Even though that is a fucked up thing, but looking like you nigga thinks he's a badass, that's not a badass. Like you just a person who took a fucking another human with a womb. That's not bad. Anybody can do that shit. And I have so many deadlines to complete, especially with Virgo season astrology is. Yeah, we in Virgo season right now. It's opposing Saturn, so yeah, just be wary of that. Yeah. But Mercury retrograde is about to be over in a few days. So you don't got to be stressing about that. That shit's about to be done and over with. Mercury retrograde. The 28th, and then we out. And then, yeah, I'm supposed to be going over to Atlanta next month. It's probably like the first week. I think I'm going to go. Yeah, I got to I want to get the fuck up out of here. I'm done. Like, to be honest, like, I don't even want to go anywhere. I want to just go somewhere mentally. Like, when I go on a fast for 20 days, this is why I'm working on my way to get to my latest fast was 5 days. And the next one I do, I'm gonna try to do 8. And then from 8, I'm gonna do 10. But when I get to like 20 days, I don't have to like I can literally be in the middle of fucking a welfare project and I can still see beauty in that. Like I can still it feels like I'm on a vacation. It feels like I went somewhere. Like I remember I went on a 20-day fast at my old apartment house. It felt like I was in a different location. Like even though everything looked the same, it felt different, and everything was different. And like that's a vacation to me. Are you niggas vacation? I want to go to Dubai. I want to go to fucking Bali and fuck that stupid shit. I don't go weak ass Mason ass fucking infested country with that stupid shit. What's the reason? Unless I got some money to make, I'm not traveling nowhere unless I got some money, spiritual mission, or a reason to go down there. If I don't have no reason, I'm not traveling nowhere. I don't give a fuck about going anywhere. I have a fucking Scorpio in the 7th house. I don't like to go anywhere really. That's vacationing and going on airplanes and trips. Unless it's some business or unless it's some money. Like I don't like really just going. Like what's the fucking point? But I am gonna be leaving this country because the more and more I'm doing Qigong and my breatharian work, I feel like I'm not gonna be able to live in America because and I see a lot of people who do breatharian and who do this path like I'm on, they don't live in the US. And I was used to be like, why don't they live in the US? And it's because the air is too toxic out here. I was doing my Qigong the other day and like I had to do it in the house because the air was so bad. And even in the house, you have to get an air purifier. Like if you can afford it, get like a $500 air purifier. Get your 500 to get it expensive. I'm probably gonna give me like an $800 one. I don't mind because I'm investing in myself. I need my air to be clean. They got ones for like 100. They got one for 60. But I want to get the one that's gonna purify it the most because I take this shit serious. I need my air to be fucking clean. I can't be dealing with all that bullshit, all that fucking the dirt in the air and all that. I can't deal with all that crap. That's another thing. When you're doing Qigong, you're gonna want to live in a nice area. This is why all the breatharians I see, except for one, they live out of country. They live in like South America, Africa, India. They live where it's fresh air. And I used to be like, why do they do that? It's because the air is better. Like you could do it out here, and there are fresh areas out here, but you got to go to the country. And even the country, it's not as pure as if you go to Africa, the countryside of Africa, the countryside of like India or South America. It's more pure. But I am going to be getting out of America though pretty soon. I'm not moving. I'm not gonna move. I'm just gonna travel. Like I'll stay somewhere because I don't want to move anywhere. I just want to travel, stay somewhere for 6 months to a year, probably 2 years, and go somewhere else. That's how because I don't anywhere I stay too long, I'm not gonna like it. I always need to always switch up my. I always got to switch up my theme. Post Mercury retrograde, are we still getting fucked? Post Mercury retrograde, I always never paid that no mind. Every time I always just looked at it like it's over, but like you are right though. They do have post Mercury, but usually post Mercury everything dies down. It goes a little bit. This Mercury retrograde was more different. I don't want to say it didn't affect me. It didn't affect me as much. It was more different this Mercury retrograde. But yeah. So somebody said I do 16 to 18 hour fast a day, then break it into a mango with Surrender King. Okay, that's what's up. That's good. 16, 18 hours a day. To be honest, that right there, you are if you do this as a lifestyle, you're considered a breatharian. If you just fast 16 hours a day and then you just eat a mango, that's a breatharian. It doesn't have to just be you don't eat nothing completely. It's eating very little to nothing. That's really breatharian. So you're already on your way there. That's fucking good. You're actually healing with that diet. Just with that mango, your body's actually healing because you're only eating a mango and you're doing that fast. And when you're just eating mango, unless you're eating other stuff with it, but that's good. Hey, does Qigong effective for martial arts? I'm not. Qigong is correlated with martial arts. A lot of the poses in Tai Chi are some of the poses. This is why a lot of people in martial arts they practice Qigong in some training in some type of like fighting train, like you know how to have different fighting stances and different fighting styles. In some of these trainings for these fighting styles, qigong is like a prerequisite. Like you have to do qigong at the end of the training because it allows you to have more strength in your punch and allows you to flow. This is why when you see a martial artist when they move their hands and they do all these forms, you see how it's just so smooth. But when you do it, it's so like it's not. It's because they have more ki going through them, what they call chi. But it's really the body's processes. They're able to move their body more. Like me, I'm able to move my hand easy like this. Like you guys just think I'm moving my hand, but my hand moves different because you're training the fascia muscle, which it's allowing you to like you're able to feel your energy body more so than your physical body. So when you feel too much of your physical body, then you're stiff. When you're feeling a correct balance of the physical and energy body, then that's when you have a flow. This is why martial artists, I would say it's mandatory to practice qigong if you're gonna do any type of fighting, even MMA, because you're moving. Everything is movement. So when you fight, it's movement. So you're adding more power, more energy to your punch, to your moves. Even when you want to dodge an attack, you're able to it's like, I don't want to say it's slow motion, but you're able to focus more and see the attack coming and know how to move it because you're more in sync with your body. Your mind and your body is more in sync, and you have the correct balance of like feeling your body and you're feeling your physical body and your energy body. Because when you have the correct balance of the energy body and the physical body, you're able to feel it balanced. Then you're able to flow normal. When you feel too much of your physical, this is 99% of the world. Everybody's so stiff. Even when you think you're not stiff, you're stiff. Like a lot of you guys have tense blockages, but you've had it since you were like 3, 4 years old. You think it's normal. So like when I was healing throughout my whole process of healing from Qigong, fasting, yoga, there were certain ways of thinking, certain feelings that I had, even pains. I didn't even know it was a pain. Like my leg wasn't fucking like stretching the way it was supposed to stretch. I thought I was normal, but after fasting, yoga, stretching, like it started removing the blockages, and now I started feel my body felt different. I felt more like tension was gone, but I didn't think that was tension. I thought that was just how you're supposed to feel. Just like I had a wart on my hand when I went to Ireland back in 2007. I had slept in my aunt's house, and the bedding was wet because I guess they didn't dry it right, but it was wet, and I don't know why we didn't get a dry one, but it was wet, and I slept in the thing, and I remember I was itching that night, and I slept. It was kind of wet, and I ended up getting a wart. And then that wart was with me ever since 2007. And when I started fasting in 2019, I don't remember when it was gone. I just remember one day, probably like a year after I started fasting, like in 2020, I was like, the warts are gone. But I didn't even know it was like something, because anything that goes away when you fast is something that's harmful. The body's not going to get rid of anything that's not harmful. It's not going to get rid of your ear, but it will get rid of a bump. It will get rid of a mole or any type of dead cell that you don't need. So that obviously wasn't supposed to be there. And it was a big ass mole right there. You don't even see it. It was gone. I don't even know when it left. But yeah, to answer your question, it is effective. Qigong and martial arts go together like fucking a bullet to the fucking testicles and a Jew. So it's probably not as good as a combination as a bullet to the testicle and a Jew, but Qigong and martial arts, it's effective. It's like a marriage. It's like they meant to for each other, like a bullet in a Jew's nutsack, or a bullet to their fucking child's fucking head. Yeah, and all these niggas in the hood need to track down all these politicians and go in. And what you need to do is, because it'd probably be hard to get the politician, but you need to get their family, especially their children, because you don't want their children to grow up with the same ideology to push this. So this is why you gotta kill all their fucking children, all these fucking Jews and these Masons. You gotta slaughter all their children. And then anytime you kill any Jew or Mason's children, what you gotta do is you gotta record it and you gotta film it. You gotta kill the child slow. I'm talking about a Jewish child or a fucking Mason's child. You gotta kill them slow. You don't wanna make them die painlessly. You wanna make them live as long as they can. So you wanna cut them very deep, but don't hit a major artery. And you wanna make sure every inch of their body is cut. Then you wanna like slowly just start fucking torturing them in the testicles and in the heart, and then make them die and record this shit. And then you send it to these fucking Masons and say, "This is your fucking fate." Because that whatever we did to the child, it should have been done more. But since we're in a human body, we can only be so gruesome. So we can't really express our full gruesomeness to the extent. But we need to take them all out. Then once you do that, then we know that their bloodline isn't gonna thrive. So if we don't kill these old fuck Jews, they're not gonna. We just gotta wait till they die, because they can't fuck. I'm sure some of them, because their dick ain't working. You see what I'm saying? These motherfuckers is like, so. Like I'm saying, like, that's literally what niggas in the hood need to start doing. Stop killing each other. Go kill these fucking Jews. I hate these motherfuckers, man. Like, these motherfuckers need to just go. And I always like, whatever. I'll just leave it at that. I agree. When we go in a remote wilderness in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, it's easier to do all of those. I'm recharged. Exactly. It's a lot easier. But don't look at nature for what it is. Like you're able don't glorify like these stupid niggers do in the conscious community. Oh, Mother Nature, and you gotta give back to nature, and giving back to nature is taking a shit under the tree. Like if I was nature, I'd be like, go get some fucking Charmin and wipe your ass and use a toilet, you fucking inhumane beast. That's what I would say. I want to be taking shit underneath the fucking tree. Like it needs your fucking shit. Like you sit on your fucking ass all day on YouTube watching shit about spirituality, and you go waste $80 on some fucking crystal set for some broke ass dry pussy bitch, and then you don't do nothing all day but that. But then you come out say take a dump under the tree. I'm giving back. You ain't giving shit back. And then even then, like, where the fuck I gotta get back to this fucking funky dusty ass rock that they call Earth? I don't gotta give shit back to this fucking shit. And anything I do gotta give back to it, bitch, it better be giving me in return because bitch, just like I'm here, it's here. We both on a mission. We both doing our shit. It ain't just me. Like they try to make it look like, oh, we're hurting Mother Earth. Nigga, fuck Mother Earth at the end of the day. And who the fuck said you can even hurt Earth? You know, it ain't my fucking mother. That's not my mother, bitch. My spirit's not no fucking human. My spirit isn't any of this shit. So I'm not connected to this shit. It ain't my fucking mother. Mother's the motherfucker is a person who fucking I know who the fuck my mother is. I didn't know fucking Mother Nature was black. But yeah, you just go out, use nature, go out because the air is good out in nature. So you go out and you do it because the air is good. Have a reason why you're out in nature. If you're gonna do some ritual or whatever, have a reason. Don't just go out in nature. I'm just in nature just to fucking just to fuck around. Like, what's the point? And really, nature really ain't shit. At the end of the day, a bear can whip your ass and beat you up. Yeah, so you gotta always think about it like that. Like nature can be a beast. But I feel you though. Like Qigong, the best place to do Qigong is in the wilderness. That's the best place to do it. You don't want to do it when there's a lot of toxic air, if it's dirty, if it smells. This is why I say get an air purifier and make sure that it's an expensive air purifier. Like you could get a cheap one because I've used the cheap ones and they were good. So I got one, I had one for like 120 and that was good. But I'm gonna get one that's like 800, probably 700 because I'm trying to do this Qigong. I'm trying to make it like do this shit for real. He said somebody was tailgating me, so it forced me to go to the wrong lane. Yeah, yeah. People don't know how to drive. Ever since I got into my other accident, my other car, I be driving a lot more careful now because I wasn't paying attention when I hit that bitch in front of me. I don't know why she stopped because it was a you could have made. I don't know what it was like because the light was red, but I thought she was gonna make a right, but I guess she didn't. But then I looked and then, but yeah, MMA nowadays left brain. MMA nowadays two left brain. I don't really watch MMA. I don't watch MMA boxing, any of that shit. It's too damn boring. Like, this shit always bores the fuck out of me. Like, any type of sports is just boring. I used to like sports when I was young, but it's just boring. Like, 100% people are blown away by how much power I generate in punches from my sides because I'm using non-material energy snapping like a whip. Yeah. And you're able to generate much more force. That's why they're able to break bricks and break, like, do a whole bunch of shit, step on fire. They're defeating all qigong really does is it allows you to tap into the body's limitations, like defy the body's limitations. So that's really what qigong does. And when I say defy the body's limitations, this goes beyond physical. This also situational, spiritual, mental. So this energy is effective on that basis as well. If you're in a fucked up situation, you fucked up mindset, obviously you need the whole trinity. You need the fucking qigong, fasting, and the yoga. So it's a package. It's not just one. It's everything. That's like really it. He's like making fun of infinite channels like Infinite Water. Those channels are good for a certain time, like people wake up, but like we in 2024, like if you still watching Infinite Waters, you're not going. To be honest, to a point now, if you're even watching YouTube videos, really, you're just watching them because of entertainment, which is nothing wrong with that. I watch content creators some for entertainment and shit, like because really nobody's telling you something that you don't need, that you don't already know, and if they're telling you something that you don't know, it's stuff that you don't need to know, but it sounds cool to hear. Like you really need to know that to better your situation. I question anybody who even watches Infinite Waters. Like I already know everything about that. I know everything that I need to know about you to have me make the decision. I don't even need to fuck with you. There's nothing that you can do to help me or whatever. And I don't need to be honest. I don't need nobody's help. At least at this point. By the time I get to a stage where I need somebody's help, it will come to me, and it won't be a problem. Because I don't have an issue attracting what I need in terms of I can attract certain shit. It just the reason I don't attract it because certain things like I'm too smart. Like you guys watch my fucking channel. I'm intelligent as fuck. I know what the fuck's going on. So I don't even like I always do meditation, yoga, qigong, martial arts, and other exercises in nature. Yeah, I'm about to probably drive up there one day. I just like me. It's like I'm so focused. Like that's why you guys don't really see me travel or go anywhere. Not like I can't go. I'm so focused on just trying to do what I need to do. Like I don't give a fuck about. I don't want to say that because I could go and do what I gotta do still and travel and go out, but I don't feel like driving and doing all that shit. I really don't. Like I want to just really I want to focus on I want to focus on what I need to focus on. I feel like all the other shit is a distraction. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wants to join. Hmm. So I remember astrology and Scorpio caught me lacking last year. I got arrested. Yeah, you should still be prepared because you'd be like, oh, I got arrested last year, and then next year comes, or it'll be another full moon. Like, oh, I'm prepared. I'm not gonna do that. And then you never if you meant to get an ass whooping, you're gonna get an ass whooping. You can never be too prepared. It'll get you. One day it'll be, oh, I almost got caught by the police. The same placement could come. I'm gonna make sure I don't get caught by the cops. I'm gonna make sure everything's good. You make sure everything's good. You have all the nuts and bolts screwed and everything. The next moment you fucking your head, you have a headache now. You got a fucking headache. Somebody drained your fucking bank account, or somebody in your family, one of your homies got beat up. You got to go out and like bail him out of jail and fucking help him get out of a fight. Like you never can run away if you're meant to get your ass whipped by the universe or the astrology, then it's gonna whip your ass. Because if it ain't something you can have all your shit dealt with, but it'll be somebody else. That's another reason why I don't like dealing with people unless it's about business. Because the good thing is, like, imagine if I was friends with everybody, if I was cool with everyone, then that's more funerals that I have to go to, more birthdays I gotta go to. I probably will have to break bread when I go and fucking hit a lick or I go make some money. I gotta break bread. I gotta do all this shit. And this is why, like, I realize, because every time I used to hang out with people back in the day, I used to have money and shit. They'd be like, "Oh, let's go do this. Let's go do this," and they'll always think like my money's their money. And then it used to piss me off. But then nowadays, I look at it, I'm like, if you think about it, if you're working as a team with somebody, because if you're friends with somebody, it's a team. That means you're working on something. And if you're working with somebody as a team and you're trying to build something great, then it makes sense that you have the pot and the money because you're working on something that's going to get both of you guys money because there's a mission. But if you're around a bunch of nobody ass motherfuckers, then that's a problem, and that's where you guys like. Why do these people want to take advantage? Because you need to be around people who you have a reason to break some to invest in, because it's a give and take. But if you're just around somebody without shit and you don't want to help them out, they want to make you feel guilty. Oh, you're my friend, and you should. At that point, I'm not your friend. You just asked me for money, and you just said I'm your friend. I should give you money, bitch. I'm not your friend no more. I don't have to give you money. That's how I am right now. Like the other nigga, like this motherfucker, I gave a ride, which I don't mind giving him a ride because it's not even about the money. Because niggas like, oh, I have $5 and 10. Like everybody got $5, $10. I don't give a fuck about the money because I have my own money. I'm not an Uber driver. I don't have to do DoorDash. So if I was gonna do that, I would go and do Uber and DoorDash. I don't need to do that. So I don't need your little $5, $10. Motherfuckers that will ask me, oh, let me get a ride, and I always say I don't have any money just so they can blow them off. Then niggas are like, oh, I have money. Then I have to like make up another lie and shit. So this is why I'm glad I'm not cool with motherfuckers, because if you're cool with motherfuckers, they will want to be cool with you. And I notice there'll be some people I'll be cool with, and I'll say what's up, and then they may not have a vehicle. They may know I may like, let's say that, because right now I know it's a vehicle because people that live in the area that I'm staying at, they're always asking me for rides. And this one dude, he's cool with me. He doesn't have a car, but he's cool with me. He's like, oh, what's up? And then like the other day, he walked by me, and like I was like, what's good? And like you could tell he had an attitude, and I didn't say nothing to him. But the reason why, because deep down they know that I don't want to take the relationship past a certain level. And since I don't want to do that, they have an attitude, because if the moment I take it past a certain level, then it's gonna activate familiarity. And anytime you activate familiarity in when you activate familiarity in a human being, this gives the human being a reason to talk shit to you and to use you and to feel entitled to your resources. This is why you'll see a child cuss out his mom, but then it'll be a random stranger, they won't cuss them out because of that familiarity. You don't know what that person's gonna do, and then you feel like comfortable around them. So this is why I don't really dislike anybody feeling comfortable, because then they feel like they're entitled to my resource, they're entitled to my shit. Then they could do certain things and like talk shit, or um like just do sly remarks like, oh, I'm just roasting you, or we're gonna like, I don't, depending on the situation, like what the fuck is the point of it? Like I understand people do shit, but like it's just weird. Like certain times, like I don't deal with certain shit like that. And me, like how I eliminate that is like, because I have a North Node in Capricorn, so I have to be more serious. Which throughout my whole life I was always a jokester and I always used to laugh, and that used to not get me nowhere. But when I started being more serious, then you could still be familiar, but it's like a boundary. But then at that point, this is where people start getting upset with you for no reason, because they can't cross that boundary. So now they don't want to be cool with you, because like they're like, oh, because you don't talk to them the way that they want you to talk to them. You're not cool with them. But if I be too cool with you, then you're gonna be familiar. You're gonna want to use my shit and do all this shit. So let's just keep it at that. And then if you have an attitude still, then that just confirms why I shouldn't have fucked with you. So that's why I don't even fuck with most of these people like that. Like, because people, they feel like they can just disrespect you once they're familiar. They know, oh, I'm around him, or I know how he is, and I see it all the time. Like me, because I'm black. That's one thing I love about being black is I can easily activate hardcore mode. Like when people see me, they first see me, they act different. Then once they start talking to me and I be nice, then they treat me differently. But then when I get mean and angry, then I could act tough. Like as a black person, especially a black man, you can be scrawny and whatever and still look kind of intimidating. As a white person, or not even white, as a non-black person, you can get the most toughest black person and get the most toughest white person. The black person's always gonna look more tougher, because this is something within our black. We look. I don't know what it is. Black people just look more. So this is one thing I like about being black is I can, when niggas want to sit there and try to be all think I'm too nice, I just act like a nigga and be on some nigga shit, and then that straightens it up, because they'll be like, oh, I don't know him, and they straighten up. So that's one thing I like. That's what I do. Like when I'm like trying to fucking balance out the energy and niggas think I'm too nice, I just act more like a nigga and be on some nigga shit and start using a little slang and cussing a lot more, and then they'll understand like I'm not nice. That's one thing I love about being black, is I can switch on my gangster shit mode. Be on that gangster shit. Even though I'm not on that, I can switch it on, and you don't know me. You don't know how I am. And if that still don't get you, I'll have to do something physical, and then that will fucking show you. But I don't even like to do any of that, so that's why I just stay to myself. I don't, and not even I stay to myself because of that. The main reason I stay to my motherfucking self because shit, I'm not mentally right to be around motherfuckers like that. Because I'll go and kill a motherfucker. You do the right thing to me. I won't kill the motherfucker, but I won't kill a motherfucker, but I'll probably end up doing something that could land my ass in jail. I don't just say this. Like, you guys see me on my YouTube. I don't have to explain what I did. You guys see, like, I'm not gonna say everything I did, but I don't. That's why I don't. That's one reason I don't like dealing with motherfuckers like that. Cause, and it's funny because when I used to deal with people on that level, the funny thing is I used to always have situations that play out like I expected, and now I don't deal with people on that level, and I still have people trying to still create situations like that without me even doing it. It's like I don't know how it happens, but it's weird. It's hella weird. That's why I look at it like I look at most people as everybody like I see it's like as a demon. Like I look at like potentially to be a demon. Especially these bots out here, man. Like that dreadhead nigga I was talking to. He was cool and everything. And like he always talks about Jesus and God and the motherfucker come up to me and shit. Like I asked him a question and he got offended. It was about religion. He got offended. It's like, oh man, I don't do that. And like the thing is, like, that's another thing. Anybody who comes up to you and they're so nice, like they're like, "Hey, what's up?" and they're smiling, don't trust them. That's a piece of shit. Because one thing I know is that people who smile and laugh a lot, these are the most sensitive, insecure people. Infinite Waters is one of them. This is an example. Infinite Waters, he's one of them because I've seen it. There was a video a female did of him years ago, and she left. She I guess she was DMing him on Instagram, and she was like telling him something. I guess she didn't agree with him, and she was going back and forth. And Infinite, well, you could tell Infinite Waters is like he's kind of like a narcissist, like Nature Boy narcissist. You know how Nature Boy was like narcissist and whatever. That's Infinite fucking Waters. Infinite Waters, he's born around the same date as me. I think his birthday is the day after mine or before mine. So like when I say what I see his energy, and so Infinite Waters, he like, you know, the energy that I have, I show you guys like I'm real, like fuck you niggas and I cuss. Infinite Waters has that energy, but it's in a different way. He's very toxic. He's the type of nigga where if a female says something or somebody says something to him, he'll get hella mad behind closed doors. But then he's like, "Hey, what's up, everyone?" That's Infinite Water. So that's the type of like people like that, dude. Those are people who are very traumatized. These are people that they're trying to not feel an emotion. So what they smile, they laugh, they project a extreme they project an extremely high amount of light, so they can try to make the illusion not make them feel how they once felt in their earlier life. So this is why they're always smiling and they're always because they're trying to keep that. But when you say something that's against what they say, it it's like it's like you ruin their high. It's like a buzzkill. It's like cock blocking. Like you're blocking off their. That's what they get. The people who smile. These are the people who get hurt the most. These are the fakest people. They're like laughing. Oh, hey, how you doing? Like Infinite Waters. That type of Infinite Waters energy. These are the most damaged, hurt people. Never trust these people. This is how that dreadhead nigga he was acting. He was acting like that, all laughing. Oh, about talking about the church and God and Jesus and you got to do this and I'm doing this. I'm going to work. When I'm like, I'm looking at your life. Your life is in shambles. And then like and when I see the events happening in his life, like stuff will happen in his life, like where it's just little mundane things. And when I see these things happen, and he complains about his life, he'll be like, "Oh, this happened or this happened." And in my mind, I'm looking at him like, "Nigga, the reason that happened is because you're not in alignment." So 99, 100, every person that comes up to my life from family, friends, or not even if I don't have no friends, but family or acquaintances, they always tell me a problem. Every single one of these niggas, I look at their problem and they come to me, I will be like, in my mind, I don't tell them this, but in my mind, I'm like, you deserve what you're going through. There's nobody I've met in my physical life who's going through an issue right now that doesn't deserve it. And when I say deserve it, I'm saying deserve it as in they had opportunities to remedy the problem. I'm not saying people deserve to be broke or starve. No, if you have a chance to change it, then that's different. A lot of these people, they have the chance, but they don't want to change it because it's like I said earlier, it's too fucking hard. It's too hard. So that's why this world is the way it is. It's too fucking hard. Why do you think the Matrix is why do you think everything sucks? Because to make better products takes more energy. Why should the way they see, why should the Matrix make all these products for a bunch of sheep that are gonna die who don't fuck with them and make the quality of shit good when they could just make the quality less, make it more shittier and make more money and charge you inflation? This is why I say people need to wake the fuck up because these people aren't your friend. Ain't nobody really your friend. Because if all you niggas was starving and you didn't have no food and there was one food here, you could be in the room with a whole bunch of people. You're gonna kill each other. There was a story of these people up in the mountains by Reno years ago. They got lost in the woods with their children. They were eating their kids because they were starving. The parents were eating the fucking children. Because when you go to extremes amount of starvation, your body feels so uncomfortable. It's like you have a knife in your hand. Imagine you having your hand on a stove and you have the ability to move it. Are you going to keep your hand there? No, you're going to move it because when you move it, it's going to take the pain away. When you're starving, it's a pain and you'll do anything to get that pain out. So this is why some people turn cannibal. Not some people, everybody. If you go a long time without eating, you're going to be in so much pain that you're going to turn cannibal because you're going to be looking for anything to relieve that shit. So this is why you do turn cannibal. And even that nigga Dodo the Parliament said human beings are actually meant to eat humans. Like he said that because we were born in the womb. But when you look at it, it doesn't sound like it makes sense. But when a human is starving, they become cannibal. So it makes sense what he's saying. Where human beings, that's why like they say the elites, they eat blood and drink all that shit and stuff. Which I'm not saying that because I feel like you don't need to eat shit. And there's evidence and there's proof you don't need to eat shit. There's not like I'm just what I believe and there's evidence. But as far as people who consume, they say consuming flesh and blood. What Dolo said, because that's the only person I heard say. He said it could rejuvenate the body. But when you look at it, anybody who's starving, they're gonna end up eating flesh and they're gonna be wanting to eat anything that's edible. So just always keep that in mind. Spectator sports are a huge energy drain. That's why they make a lot of money because it's an energy drain. They have to make it because if it wasn't an energy drain, they wouldn't be able to obtain money. They have to drain something to obtain something. So the energy they're draining is they're getting money. That's why they're able to pay all these NFL stars like $50 million. And you're like, oh, why does he get paid $50 million? Or why did this politician get paid? Like, what the fuck do you think of? Like, this baffles me. Like, you got dumbass. You're like, oh, why does a politician get paid millions of dollars and they get paid $200,000 or $400,000 a year on top of the millions of dollars in lobbyists and endorsements and donations? And why do they? It's like, what do you think? Like, first of all, money is not your money. This is their system, and the people who run the system, it's like a business. They have to run it. Why would they pay a person at McDonald's the same amount of money as the politician? The politician is the puppets that keep everything in check for the beast. So the beast is obviously going to pay their politicians or their puppets a hefty amount. It makes sense. So people, oh, why are they paying these people this amount? What do you think? Because they're helping your enslavement. The police help keep everything intact. This is why they get the best benefits. They make sure the police always have opportunities to stay financially free and not be too strained, and they get like a pension and all this dumb shit because it's their shit. Like people ask those dumbest questions. Like they gotta go pay somebody who works at McDonald's who watches YouTube videos about conspiracy and anti-government. They're gonna pay you like $80,000 a fucking month or however they're paying a politician just for doing nothing. You gotta just use your common sense sometimes. But common sense is not common. It's crazy. Here you go. Damn, shit's crazy. Somebody said, okay, yeah, but it is what it is, guys. Just gotta keep living life. Like me, I enjoy my life. Like the more and more healed I get, the more and more I enjoy life. Like how I'm feeling right now is not how I felt 3 months ago, 4 months ago, a year ago. I'm nowhere. I'm always like gradually, like I'm always. That's how it should always be when you're on this path. Every month you should be feeling growth. You should feel excited, like I'm growing. You should feel it. If every month you're not growing, then there's something wrong. That's why you should be excited. You should always be like, because a lot of you guys aren't. You guys are like not excited for life, and that's because you guys don't have knowledge. Really, you guys haven't experienced certain things. Anybody that says you can't be happy all the time is they're fucking lying to you. You can't be in at least a state of content. They're fucking lying to you. Like people say, oh, life has its ups and downs. Life has its ups and downs. It's like, what the fuck is it up and down? Even if something were to happen to me that's down, who said I have to feel sad? What's making me feel sad? Is the event or is the programming that's making me feel sad? When you don't have money, are you sad you don't have money, or you're just sad you don't have enough money to get the shit you want? Because you obviously you're more richer than a kid in South Sudan, and he's able to smile throughout the fucking day a few times, and you can't. He said, I feel it. I'm making so much progress on my things I need to take care of. Yes, I still have rage, yet I'm actually using the rage to fuel my healing. Yeah, that's exactly perfect. Feel your healing. Use it to feel it. That's the thing. That's what the thing is, to feel it. That's like you, because I used to have a lot of anger issues where I used to just be angry and want to just destroy shit. I remember when I was young. This is like, it's not even that I'm young, nigga. This is like fuck. I was like 20 something. This was back in like 2013. Yeah, back 2013. I was remember I was in a fucking like, I was in a low mental state. I was drinking alcohol I was so depressed and had headaches. I was drinking alcohol every day. I had to drink like 5 of those Hurricane tall cans just so I don't be like depressed, like every day. And I was steal them every day, so I wasn't spending money. And like I literally like. But anyway, what was I gonna say? I say something like back in those days, man. I was in a low mental state back then, and I remember like I used to have a lot of anger. Yeah, yeah. I remember I was walking down the street, and I think I was drunk, and I was with my friend, and it was somebody's car, like the side view mirror. I just took my hand and I broke the side view mirror, and it was like a dude behind me. It was a fat ass nigga. Like he wasn't fat, but he was like a big dude. Like he was chasing us. He chased me because I broke it, and he was like, "I'm gonna come back here." I knew it wasn't his car. It wasn't his car. It was like his neighbor or somebody he knew or something. It wasn't his car, and because the way he sounded, and he wasn't even by the area. He seen me break it. It was like 3 in the morning, and this was a nice suburb neighborhood. So I'll take you to the neighborhood where it was. It's in the other city, and it was a nice neighborhood. Everything. I broke the window because I used to live there, and he chased me. He's like, Dixon, and he chased me all the way through the park. I ran, and he's like, if I catch you again, I'm gonna beat your fucking ass. He's a big ass nigga and shit. I was like, damn. And I remember that shit. I was hella angry. I broke that shit, and then literally after I did that, like 4 days later, I kid you not, 4 days later, there were some kids that threw a rock at my mom's car window and shot out their window while she was driving. Nobody got hurt, but they just threw it. And this happened. Nothing like this ever happened. This happened like 4 days after that shit. So after that point, that's when I was like, okay, I'm not doing that because I know it's karma. Like I noticed certain things about karma and certain things like, which is weird. Like even when it comes to stealing from stores, like I'll go and steal a whole bunch of shit from stores.
Like I'll literally go and steal like fucking $10,000 worth of shit from a store in a month. At one point, at my height of shit, probably even more, because I was just stealing shit, and like nothing would happen. But it would be like somebody left a fucking pair of headphones for like $100. I steal somebody's headphones, and like the next week, my shit breaks down or something happens. Like the universe is like karma. I'm like, when I steal, this is why it made me realize it's like the intention. Because when I steal from like regular people, like if it was like $10 from somebody and they dropped it, I'll notice like the universe will give me some type of karma or let me know like what I did was wrong. But then I do the same shit to a store, it wouldn't even be like, I, it's weird. I remember I stole some shit from a fucking store, and then the fucking lady the lady who was in front of me, she paid for my groceries and she gave me $10 after I had a whole bunch of shit that I just took from the store. Because this was like years ago though. Like I don't like, because what I did, because I used to go, because I went in there like 3 times. Because what I'll do is I'll go in there, fill up my bag and my jacket, and then I'll leave and I'll put it in a garbage bag, and I'll go there like 3 or 4 times and fill up the whole bag. And then the last time I went, I bought something, and then she's like, "Oh, here, I'll pay for your stuff," and it was like a drink. I was just gonna pay for it so I have a reason to leave, so it doesn't look suspicious. Because I kept telling them I'm going to go get something, so I came back and she's like, "Oh, I'll pay for your stuff." After I just stole like fucking like $3,000 worth of shit from this fucking store, it's weird. And I remember I seen some other dude. I went into the same fucking store once. This is years later, and I just walk in the store. I see somebody get tackled, and then come to find out the dude didn't even steal nothing, and I was stealing from the store for years. And I'm like, it's weird. That's why I just felt like it's just you. It's the energy. It's the intention. That's why you see some people, they kill people, and then you see this nigga, he get like 20 years or life, and this person gets like 8 years. It's like it's something deeper. I don't know exactly what, but it's some deeper shit that goes on. But I also think I peep game. Like when I'll do certain things of like individual people, I'll have more of a. I could feel the universe like let me know that that wasn't right more so than any other time when I did it to like. And then, and you guys think like I'm like the reason I do like I don't like just steal just to just steal, like I do it because like I'm trying to be a breatharian. Like the main reason I started doing it was like because I was trying to be a breatharian. And my parent, the people I kept staying with, whether it be parents, family, whatever, they kept telling me they wanted me to work. I'm like, I don't want to work because I need to fast. I need to be a breatharian. Try going on a fucking 10-day fast, working at a 9 to 5. It's not gonna happen. So I couldn't do that. And then there's like, oh, you need to find a way to. So that's why I just did what I fucking did. That's not the reason why I did it, to be honest. The main reason I did it, I'm gonna be real. Like I said, I gotta be real with you guys. I'm not, the main reason I did because I just didn't want to fucking work at the end of the day. And when I was young, I was doing it, and then as I got older, like it's so. This is why I can kind of see why the Masons make people pay for stuff on a certain level, because at the end of the day, if human, there's no such thing as a good price. I look at it like people complain about $50 uh for like people complain a video game is $50, but a video game is $60. People complain it's 60. It doesn't matter because even if something is cheap, eventually people are gonna say that's too expensive because you're able to get it more. Because I noticed like the more I stole shit, the more I didn't want to spend my money on shit, and the more I had less value for things. Like I remember my friend went and got a fucking like a lemonade, like those Simply Lemonades, and then he bought one for like $3. Usually when I get those Simply Lemonades, I'll steal like 4 or 5 of them at a time, and I'll just down all of them like in a day, like the small ones. This nigga will go and buy one and drink it, and I'll be like, "How do you just drink one?" But the reason why, because he spends money on it. So when he makes that purchase, it's $3. It's not a lot of money, but it's still money. So he's able to value it more versus I just go in there and take it. Because I know it's like when I just go and steal a whole bunch of shit, the value of it isn't as there. If you worked for it, and then I'm not saying it's good to work for it, because at the end of the day, none of this shit has value. You don't need to have no value for no material shit. At the end of the day, you use material to get your shit. But I can kind of see why some of these motherfucking bots, they need to pay for shit, because at the end of the day, it's like people will always complain. There's nothing. If it's not free, it's too much money. I'm gonna just keep it at that. If it's not free, it's too much money. And I'm not saying nothing should be charged, but or things should be charged. But I just sort of say if it's free, it's too much money. People say that all things need to be cheaper, these need to be cheaper, but at the same time, nigga, like when you give people cheap shit, they still want a deal. I sell on eBay things that cost like $50. I'll sell for like half price because it's all profit for me. People still will try to get a deal. Some people they get it for like I can sell it $10 less, they'll get it. Some people they want to fucking like it's like something be $50 and you say 20, you'll say 50, 25. Niggas will literally say 10. But if you said 50 and said that's solid, niggas will reason with you and say 25. But when you put 25, niggas gotta their threshold is gonna be their bar and their threshold is gonna change because of the price. So it's gonna be a better deal if it's. You see what I'm saying? That's probably why they that's probably one reason they have people spend money. Because most of these bots, if you think about it, imagine if like imagine if everything was free. Most people will be dead right now. Remember I told you about cancer? How do you think cancer is caused? By consuming food, by consuming material, by consuming technology. And this is with people not even having that much access to it. So imagine if everybody had like millions of dollars at their disposal to buy whatever resource. The average fat ass bitch with diabetes, stage 2, right now, she'll probably have stage 20 because a Hostess cupcake bar would be free, or she would have the money to buy 20 of them. So even with the restriction of money and shit, people are still like a video game addict. He sits on a stinking, sweaty, shitty ass all fucking day, like playing video games, and that's it. And he's playing on a shitty ass fucking old school TV, 720p. He got the fucking shitty day one edition of fucking PlayStation. You don't even have the new PlayStation Slim or the Xbox or he got the old shit. Imagine if his ass had the most expensive fucking like gaming PC and 8K. His ass would be even more addicted and would be more depressed. So like a lot of these bots out here, if money and resources was abundant, they'll be dead. They'll be dead. Imagine if porn. Imagine if prostitution was free. Imagine if you had access to all the sexual desires, all the men. You know how many STDs and shit with the government? Because the government, they put it in people. So imagine how many people we run around with STDs, all these babies and shit, all this fucking sexual deviancies and that are going to be created as a result. So it's like, I'm not saying that's a reason, but you got to look at it like people need to get their mind right. It's not about just getting well, the money's going to solve everything. Some people, money will kill them, and drugs, and not to mention drugs. You got some drug addicts. The only reason you got some niggas on heroin right now. The only reason they still alive is because they don't got enough money to get the heroin they want. Like you see some addict on the street and he be strung out. And but how the fuck is this nigga alive? It's because he don't have money like that. He'll probably get money to get high, then he has to wait. Maybe he tried to do something, he didn't make money, so he can't get high this week. Then he gotta wait, and then even when he does get high, he can only get a 5 bag instead of getting a whole 8 ball, which would fucking, you see what I'm saying? So like they have to like micromanage the little shit they have that they're addicted to. But imagine if they didn't have that micromanagement, they'll be fully in their desires, in their hell. You aren't harming anyone by selling companies that suck anyway. Yeah, for real. Like anybody who says, and like, they'll sit there and say, "Oh, when you," yeah, they'll sit there and say like shit, like, "Oh, when you steal and it raises the prices for everyone." No, it doesn't. That's not what it does. It's fucking somebody comes up to me and punches and slaps me, and I slap them back, and then they blame me for slapping them. Like the dude came up and slapped me. That's why I slapped him. The reason you raise prices, bitch, is because you want to raise prices. Oh, okay. Who the fuck is this? Okay, I seen a sheriff car. I swear to God, man, I'm not in the mood to deal with no police. They tried to harass. They didn't harass me, but they just told me I couldn't. fucking park over somewhere. I guess I parked in a fucking handicap, and he seen me. He wasn't a dickhead. He just was like, "Oh, you can't park here," and I just left. But I don't know. I just been seeing a lot of fucking. Look at that shit right here. Yeah, you tell me if you guys see that. Tell me you guys see that. Fuck. You guys see that shit? You see that girl? Oh, that's a hooker over there. There's a truck stop over there. This place 24/7, nothing but hookers. She look good too. How much you charging this fucking with you niggas? That bitch look nasty. She looked good, but she looked nasty. I go over there with the cell phone. I'm like, can I buy three? I'm like, can I buy three? I keep it filming too. uh, but yeah, guys, I might end it. Guess that fat ass. I didn't know his fat ass went over to Taco Bell. I guess he forgot that they don't sell donuts here. Yeah, I can't believe people still eat this shit. Like, it's not even like, oh, like, because when I say I can't believe people eat this shit, some will assume like, oh, I'm saying it like, oh, I'm some type of like, oh, you're just saying it because you eat healthy. It's like, no, it's like, even if I was gonna eat some junk food, like, this shit is low quality. At least get some high quality shit. That's why I don't see how people eat this shit. Like, it's not even the same. Like, I don't know how I ever ate fast food. Like, I don't know how I ever ate that shit. But I think I'm gonna end this live stream, guys. This was a good live stream. I'm gonna be back on later. And yeah, I'm back. I'm gonna keep cussing these motherfuckers out. And like, I tried to be more respectful, but it's just not me. And I'm not gonna. I can't do that. Like, I'm still gonna. This is not gonna affect the message. The message and the everything I gotta say, that's unchanged. It just something just happened to me, and it wasn't like somebody disrespected me or nothing. This was all like some like mental. You know when you see like vibes, you feel certain vibes. Nobody has to say nothing, but it's a vibe. I just felt certain vibes, and it made me realize, like, you know what? I'm not even gonna fucking like. I'm not doing this. Like, it just confirmed to me that I don't like most people. I really fucking don't. Like, I tried many times to be cool, to try to be compromising, and even when I do be compromising, it's like it's not enough, and it's like I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm not even comfortable with what I've done, let alone go any further. So I can't do it. So I'm gonna just be real, because like there'll be even certain people like I will talk to, and then I'll kind of have doubts on like should I show, like, because in my mind I'll be like, if I show them my channel, they're gonna probably be offended, and at that point it's like if I think you're gonna be offended by like, because this channel is a big part of me, like what I do on a daily basis. Like, so if you don't, like, if you offended by this channel, and I know you personally, like, fuck you. I'm not dealing with you no more. Unless the only time I will compromise, because I will compromise, and I will act professional, and I will act politically correct if it's about some fucking money, or some fucking money. If it's not about some fucking money and the other two, I'm not doing it. I don't give a fuck about your thoughts. I don't give a fuck about your feeling. I don't care that you want to feel, because all it is somebody's thought and their feeling. That's what you're trying to impress and appease. And you got to ask yourself, where do they get their thoughts and their feelings from? They got it from Hollywood, Cartoon Network, fucking Sexy Red, all this dumb shit. It's all programmed, social media. So you're not even appeasing. You can literally, this is why you can go on social media and you'll have a whole bunch of YouTubers talk about how to get a woman, how to make friends, and how to do this. And in a certain degree, they're right, because all of these dumbass bots, they have the same mind, so there's the same blueprint in how you deal with them. That's how it is. And I can't have that no more. And the way I look at it, like, if I question or I feel some type of way about you, on how you would perceive my channel, on how I talk, then I automatically right off the back, I will not deal with you unless it's about some money or something professional. If it's not about no money or nothing professional, and even if it's about money and a professional, you would never ever know what I'm doing, because that doesn't matter unless that was a topic which it mattered, where it was about us making money. It was correlated to making money. But if we're making money and dealing with business, you don't need to know about my personal life. Anytime you're dealing with somebody on business, they don't need to know about your personal life at all. None of it. Because knowing about somebody's personal life is what causes issues, problems, fights, backstabbing, disrespect, betrayal. Like they say, backdoor. That's how the hood niggas be saying it, I guess now. Like all of that shit. It's crazy. I just like, this is why, like, I just just do my own thing. Like, I'm so glad I have an Aries moon, because I've never really liked being cool with people like that. I've never really liked being cool with people. But the thing is, though, when I am in that, when I do rate that, like when I do vibe and I'm able to build with somebody, then that's good. I'm not saying I don't want that. I will want that, but I'm not forcing it. I would never force it. It's anytime you want to build, or you want to meet a female, you want to meet somebody to build with, anything, it should come naturally. The hardest thing in life, if you want to even call that hard, should be being yourself. And usually the only reason that is because you have programs that you got to declutter. If you don't have as much programs, then that's not hard. But that's it. Once you be yourself, everything comes into fruition. Once you be yourself. If you resonate with my message, this is only this, because I have to say this. This doesn't go to everybody. This only goes to people who resonate with my message. If you resonate with my message and you understand and you feel this energy and you know what I'm talking about, and you practicing this, all you have to do in life is fasting, qigong, and yoga, and you practice that consistently. Don't half-ass it. Do it obviously like how it's supposed to be done, and everything else, you'll have all the answers to what you need in life. I'm telling you. And this doesn't apply to everyone. This only applies to people who resonate. If it doesn't apply to you, then get the fuck on. Don't sit here and tell me how that doesn't work and how you need to go and fucking open up 20 failing Etsy businesses just to say you're spiritual, because you think you're doing some mission selling a bunch of overpriced crap that nobody fucking needs or wants. So don't come on my channel saying that shit. That shit be making me fucking laugh. Every fucking nigger and they fucking mother, the dirty, dusty ass, drug addicted mother, gotta say, "Oh, I'm on YouTube to help people." I remember I was watching Black Magic 363, and he was bringing people online. Like, he was bringing people in his live chat to join. And one thing I hate about this nigga, he's such a fucking, like, a nigger. Like, it's such a stupid. I hate that motherfucker, because he tries to act like his shit is so, like, there's other people who got bigger platforms who they act normal with it, but he tries to act like people are joining his platform. He's like, "Oh, you gotta hurry up, we gotta have people in here," like it's some type of radio host. Like, bitch, calm your ass down, bitch. You ain't fucking Howard Stern. Like, you're not that. Like, get out of your ego. There's people I see with bigger channels that, like, are more real and fluid. So this bitch came. It was a little ass fucking, like, she looked like she was probably under 18. And, like, I won't hate on her too much, but, like, she comes on there, right? And this is and when the reason I'm quoting her as an example, because this is the whole spiritual community. And like, this is what happened. She came on the fucking live and she's like, I'm having a lot of spiritual messages, and I no, she said, I want to be in a position where I can have a channel like yours and give people the message, and I want to know if people are resonating with my message. And I'm like, bitch, if you have to go on to his channel, out of all people, his channel, to ask that shit, obviously, bitch, you're not meant for it, because you'll be living it. And the way she said it was like she never had a desire to do that shit other than the moment she got on YouTube and see somebody else doing that shit. That's the way she sound. Like, she's just regurgitating it like a tape recorder. "Oh, I want to help the people, and I feel like I have a message to give." Bitch, everyone, when I seen her say that, it kind of brought my ego down a little, because it made me be like, if this stupid bitch thinks she's special and she has a message, then, and I think I'm gonna have a message, and I know I'm special. It's like, At the end of the day, I'm just a regular person. There's thousands of people who think, there's people who are dumb as fuck who think they're the shit. There's people who are smart who think they're the shit. At the end of the day, people just think that they're shit. So that kind of was like awakening and a humbling message to make me like, okay, let me just focus on getting myself right. And if anything, lead by example, by action. I don't give a fuck about being the smartest person. I don't give a fuck about being perfect. I don't give a fuck about any of that dumbass shit. I don't care if you want to say, oh, this person said this and he debunked you and I don't give a shit about that. I'm trying to live my life and be happy and be, at the end of the day, that's it. And be on my spiritual evolution. Because at the end of the day, I'll be while I'm when I'm doing what I want to do, living a fulfilling life. I could be wrong about something in your perception, but you're going to be sitting there debunking my video at home on YouTube, where I'm out in Cancun somewhere, like doing something fun, or fuck Cancun, that weak ass place. But I'm out doing something that's better than just fucking mundane shit, such as being on YouTube trying to debunk somebody. But it is what it is. People do, you can do your own thing. But it just made me realize, like, does people really like, and there was another time when I met that dude who came to, he lived in the Bay Area, and he came and visited me. This is when I had my No Fate channel, my first one that got banned. And he seen my channel and he seen me and he hit me up. He's like, oh, let's go hang out. And when I seen this nigga, like, this nigga's a fucking idiot. His breath stank. He's a fucking construction worker. He wasn't shit. And I was cool with him before, but he did some hoe ass nigga shit. He said he was gonna give me a vehicle, his car, and then he just straight up ghosted me. First of all, bitch, I didn't even ask you for that fucking car, bitch. You offered me that car, and then when I asked for it and then applied on it, you just ghosted me. And so he was on some stupid dumb shit. And like when I seen this nigga, he came down, he's all talking like he knows, like, oh, this and I'm this, and like he knows something, and I'm gonna open my own channel. It's like, and then at that point, I'm like, everybody thinks they know something. Everybody thinks they're like they're like. So I'm not saying you shouldn't think that way about yourself, but it just made, this is for me to realize, like I need to just focus on myself, not trying to be like I'm somebody this, because everyone thinks they're special at this spiritual shit, because in reality none of it is really special. We all have this fucking ability to be spiritual and be aware. And to be honest, you can say, oh, it's a blessing, good. I want to say it's a blessing or it's a curse, because first of all, you can't not be aware. So that's something you have. And at the same time, you could be aware of excruciating pain for 50 million years nonstop. That could happen, because if you're aware and anything can happen of aware, you can be aware of just excruciating pain. Do you want to? No, you don't. So I'm not saying it's good or bad, but I'm just telling you it is what it is. You could go through things. There's been probably traumas you wish you wouldn't even exist. You wish you could just. You ever had a dream you woke up? So being aware, yeah, it's good, but at the same time, like, it's not good or bad. It's just an experience we all have. For you to think that you somehow special, you this, you could use it. You could say you special, but use that specialness to fuel you to do something actually great and tangible. Don't just say I'm special and then sit in your ass and then you say, oh, my name is fucking Kansu El Bey Halam, and you forgot to put the heme at the end, and then I'm some special goddess from Africa, whereas the person next to you with the same fucking A&W name tag, that nigga, like, his name is Jake, and then you think you better than him because you fucking Consul El Shalim El Bey. Fuck out of here. Shit's crazy. I feel I'm making so much progress on my thing I need to take care of. Yes, I still have rage. Oh, I already read that comment. Or read that one too. You are free. People who care about other people's stuff are prisoners. Yeah. See, that's a fact. Even though it's only been 5 days since Durkheim started that. Yeah, you add yoga as well. One thing about yoga, you gotta yeah, yeah. Like I said, like, I don't want to complicate it. Just do the yoga. Start stretching your body. Do the qigong, whatever it is. Even if you don't have time, just do it. Even if you don't think you're doing it right, you doing it is doing it right. Then over time, you're gonna build up this energy. You're gonna know what you need to do. Yeah, but yeah, qigong, man. That's what's really been keeping me sane. for the past month. Like, I'm not saying I need that to be saying, to be honest. Like, to be honest, Qigong, I feel like it adds on. Because the yoga, remember I told you guys the blockage in my neck? The yoga is removing the blockage. The blockage is still there, but it's very minimal. Like my neck, if you guys look at my old videos, I'm about to unprivate my videos and from back in 2021. Look at that year 2021. Look how I look how I talk, and it's different than I am now. And also in the next 2-3 years, look how I look how I talk. It's not going to be the same as it is now. So I keep forgetting to unfucking block. Why do I keep? Damn, I'm gonna unblock one of my videos and I'm gonna put it on my community tab after this video because I want so you guys can see an example. But I'm gonna be unprivating all my privated videos. I don't know why the fuck I privated it. Like I know why I privated it. Is the reason I privated it is because I was fucking on YouTube back in 2023 and like I seen other people like getting paid on YouTube. And I was like, oh, I want to get paid. And then I guess I was like, oh, I'm going to just take it down. And which was kind of dumb because at the end of the day, it's like my channel like is not even on that level. Like the other people I was comparing to were people who had actually had traction, who had like hundreds of thousands. I'm like, oh, I'm going to take my shit down because nobody's donating or whatever. But it's like, that works, taking your shit down and deboing people, and I can see it working, but the content that I have and I'm trying to get out kind of didn't make sense for me to do it. So that's why I took it down. And to be honest, after like a few months after I took it down, I wanted to upload it. It just the reason why I haven't unprivate them is just I just didn't feel like doing it. It's too much time out of my day to just go up there and do it because it took me at least fucking an hour to private everything or 30 minutes because you got to go by one or each page, and I got a fucking like I got like 600 videos that are privated on top of like my 300 videos. I have like almost 1,000, if not that, videos. I would have had like probably like 1,500 or 2,000 if they had my other channel. Yeah, but it is what it is. I don't care because I got all my other videos backed up on my OneDrive account. So if this channel gets, I don't even fuck if they take this channel. The only reason I was tripping about them taking my other channel was because I didn't want them I didn't back up those videos. That's only I don't give a fuck about this damn channel like that. I just go make another channel. I just go make another fucking channel. But I'm still gonna speak the information I gotta speak. But I got everything, and it's funny how like I got, and I'm surprised I didn't get no strikes on this channel because you see how they were fucking with my page, and they kept giving me strikes. I stopped posting for like a month because I knew every time I get 2 strikes, they'll always do some petty shit to try to get my shit taken down. Because what happens was that what they'll do is do some petty shit when I had 2 strikes. Like if I make this video and I had 2 strikes, they'll strike this video down. They would have took it down. They're not doing it now because it's kind of like counterproductive. I have 1 strike and then I have to go through the process and I just fucking wait. You see what I'm saying? Like at this point, what they're gonna have to do is just take my whole channel down blatantly, like just push the button and delete it. And at that point, I wouldn't care because it's not like they got me in a way where like, oh, we got you. It's more like we had enough of you. And at that point, I can't control it. So fucking, I don't give a shit if they do it that way. But it's funny how like you see how like if I did this video like 3 months ago when I had like 2 strikes, they would have took this channel would have been gone. And if I get 2 more strikes, I probably may have to delete this fucking video. That's how fucking stupid they play. Yeah, but I'm probably gonna end this live stream. This is a good live stream. I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna be on a lot more, talking my shit a lot more. Yeah. There's no I don't have no friends on this channel. I'm not cool with anyone, and don't get me wrong. Shout out to Moody Mercury. Shout out to everybody I talk to. I'm not talking like that. I'm talking about like I'm not cool with you. Like if you ain't on no frequency time, don't come on my fucking chat trying to be cool and talk to me like that Faustina Cormani, that dumbass bitch. She come to my chat. This is why I'm saying. See, I have to make an example because I don't want people like Moody Mercury and like Jay Val, all these other people I'm cool with. Even some of the people like I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about these bitch ass niggas who like come like that Faustina Cormani bitch. whatever her name is, Cornball Faustina. She comes on. She leaves a comment months ago. First of all, bitch, the last time you left a comment was like 4 or 5 months ago, when I got my channel banned around that time. You haven't left a comment since, which I don't care if you do or not. But the thing is, like when you left that comment last live stream or 2 live streams ago, you come on here talking like you know me, or we've been talking or some shit, or you know me like that. Like you could just say whatever, and like that's the thing, that familiarity thing that these bots and these humans be, these niggas be doing. These people be doing these fucking that familiarity. Like once they feel familiar, they think that they know you. They could start talking shit. It's like no, don't you don't know me like that. Because I'm a nice person, but I will I will do some nigga shit if need be, and I hate doing that. I hate having to act like a nigga. Like I don't like doing that nigga shit. But you have to do that sometimes, especially being a black man. Sometimes you have to do that, especially because I look young and I'm not black, man. I'm not black or any of that. But you guys get what I'm saying. Like imagine being so called black and I look young. That's why I'm glad I look black, because like niggas they get scared when I act tough, because they don't know if I'm one of these shooters out here that'll fucking air they fucking life out. They don't know. But I'm not like that. But like you have to. But then when I start talking this deep stuff, or I start acting smart, doing my Qigong, then they think everything is all nice. And it's like, no, bitch, I'm doing this shit because I'm trying to better myself. This is why a lot of people, they'll see you doing certain shit and then they think that you somehow soft. They're like, no, I'm doing this so I can better my life. I'm not doing this to be hard. Like people, like you'll be doing Qigong. I was doing my Qigong. Somebody came, like this dude was like laughing. I don't care, because they don't understand. But for him to laugh means that he thinks I'm just doing this for fun. If he knew the benefits of Qigong, he wouldn't be laughing. Like if somebody was getting paid $10 million a month to dance like an idiot, are you gonna call them an idiot? No, you're not gonna. You most likely, the average bot won't call them an idiot. They're gonna be like, oh, he's making money. But if he wasn't making money, they'll. So that's how stupid people are. They only do something if it's gonna give them. They don't understand that you have to do things even though it may not give you a financial benefit or a benefit physically. You still do it because it's giving you a benefit that you want. But people are so dumb, when they don't see that, they automatically assume that, oh, he's just doing that for fun, or he's just, no, bitch. But I don't explain myself. I don't talk to nobody about shit. I don't even tell people I'm a breatharian. I don't talk it. The only reason I'm gonna tell somebody I'm a breatharian is if they can benefit me some way. Like if you're a journalist and you want to do an interview about me being a breatharian, you got to pay me some money, then I'll fucking talk to you about breatharian. If you are going to help me with information on different tips and tools I could do to be a breatharian, which at this point for me, there's no tip and tool to do it. That's not how breatharian works. But there's no, if you're not trying to bring no value onto me telling you that I'm a breatharian, there's no reason for me to tell you I'm a fucking breatharian. I don't even tell people I'm a breatharian. I don't even tell people shit about spirituality at this point. I just keep to myself, because I look at it like I've seen it so many times. I've done it so many times with family, people I know. I'll speak deep with them for hours, 30 for minutes, family members for hours, just for them a week later to do the same shit. And then when I tell you, what were you when I confront them, like, didn't I just tell you this? Didn't I just tell you this? They'll be so depressed and so caught up in the illusion that they'll be like, bro, just leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. Like literally, like they're so stressed. Like the physical life has them stressed. I'm like, remember what I told you? Just don't. Like they're like, I don't have time for that. Like there's time for it, bitch. Nobody told you if it was a question if you have time with it, bitch. You gotta make time, or life's gonna give you hell. You piece of shit. You gotta make time. It's not a fucking choice. You don't have to do shit. You can be a bot all you want. Like when I say, oh, you don't have to listen to me. You don't have to listen to me. But at the same time, you gotta have to do something. You listen to yourself, because if a human being doesn't do certain things that they're supposed to do, whether it be breatharian, whether it be whatever, it doesn't have to be breatharian, you're gonna end up suffering. I actually click my horn. But it's gonna suck for you, so you don't want to have to experience that. So that's why I say it's good to just get it right now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end this live stream. I'm gonna go. Hold on, I'm gonna drive back to the other city. Actually, fuck, I gotta go. Fuck it, I'll do that later. Yeah, I probably would end up going, guys. Hold on, I'm gonna go get some ice. Oh, gee, I'm gonna go to soda. I'm gonna go get some ice from 7-Eleven. I'm gonna go get some ice. Hey, I hate going to the 7-Eleven. Actually I like it. It's actually one of my favorite ones to go to. But the bitch here, like, she was giving me like I'll go in there, right, and I'll get ice. And the bitch good in there, and she's like, "Oh, you can have the ice because they charge 25 cents for ice." She's like, "You can have it for free." And then I went in there like 2 days in a row, and then she's like, "You can have it for free." I go in there again. She's like, "You can have," like she said, she's like, "You could have it for free," but she had an attitude like she's tired of giving it for free. And in my mind, I'm like, why do you have to have an attitude? Like, bitch, if you want to fucking charge me, it's 25 cents. I could buy this shit 20,000 times. I don't care about no fucking ice. Like, I'll pay for it. Like, but if you're gonna offer me free, I'm not gonna deny it. But then she like you could take it. Like, she had an attitude with me, and like, that shit pissed me off. And then the next time I went, she's like, that'd be 25 cents. And then she said it, but she said it normally. And then like I didn't say nothing. But I thought, and then when I came in, she all started saying hi and try to be cool. I'm like, bitch, don't be cool with me. Don't say hi to me. It's your fucking wish-washy fake ass. That's something one thing I don't support black business. And I advise any of you guys out here, do not support black business. And the reason you don't support black business is because black people are very ghetto, they're very trashy, they're very ignorant, and within reason, because black people are very angry and they have a reason to be angry because of the shit that the system has programmed them with and what they done us to the education and the social situation. So I can understand why black people are ignorant and angry. But like, when you're running a fucking business, nigga, like, run a business correctly. Don't run it arrogantly. Like, I went to this fucking food truck once, and it had the audacity. This was owned by black people. It was called Halal African Food Truck. I don't know why they said African. There was no African food. It was just a bunch of fucking. The only thing African you could say was plantains, and that's not African. That's just Caribbean type, which is kind of African. But the only shit they had was chicken, fries, plantain, and that's it. There was no African cuisine, so they were lying right off the bat. Typical nigga shit. Always gotta lie about fucking what they have at their business or what they're selling. That was the first red flag. Then I sit in line, I see a sign, keep small talk to a minimum, hurry up and order. Only would a stupid nigga go and put that on their sign. Like, why would you put that? And not, and after I seen it, I didn't even go there because I don't want, like, the people, like, you could just tell. I could tell in the bitch's face she had an attitude and she was like upset, and like, I'm like, I'm not going over here. So I don't support. And every time I did go to a black business, even if they had a good attitude, it was the food wasn't good. Something wasn't right. It was always a problem. The service wasn't good. They had an attitude. They charge you more money. This is why I don't fucking support black business, because they trash. Only black business I'll support if I go buy some weed or buy some drugs if I was an addict. But I don't support, because the black band, even like a 7-Eleven, or let's just say a franchise. Every time you go to a 7-Eleven and it's owned by mainly black people, they always act ghetto ratchet. And to be honest, to my surprise, and even to your surprise, when you go to a store full of all niggas, they actually look more at you stealing than if it's all white people or Mexicans or Asians. The stores I went to when people looked at me the most was black people. And don't get me wrong, I've been into stores with white people, Mexicans, they all looked at me. But every single time I go to a black store, they act funny. Everyone. It's like they get mad when white people profile, but then they can profile. It's crazy. That's why I don't fucking deal with no black business, really. And for you to even market your shit as black business, if I have a business, as everybody coming. If I have a business, and if you have a business, why would I put black business on my business? There's people out here who hate black people, who are racist, and they will simply not eat at your restaurant because of it says black business. To be honest, if I owned a business, I will hire a spokesperson if I got to that level, and it will not be a person of my skin color. It'll be somebody most likely white or lighter skin tone of a different nationality, so it can, because, and you can't say it's self-hating or not. It's economics, bitch. It's common sense. How you make money. When Oreo puts out a product, they're gonna make something that tastes good, even if they have to put something that's gonna kill you, because they're trying to make money, because it's about money. Once you're in the game of making money, who cares if the product's going to kill somebody, as long as it makes money and you don't get sued, so you make a loophole around it. You can't say that's fucked up, because that's capitalism. If you hate that, then you hate capitalism, which I do hate it. But you see a lot of these niggas out here act like it's, But yeah, so I would never put myself, like, advertise myself as a black business. Never. Never. Fuck that shit. That's just asking for your business to be looked down upon, or a lot of people don't. Imagine how many people who have a black owned business, who have a sign that says black owned. Imagine how many people say, I'm not going to go there because of that. Why are you going to bring politics or race or any type of your opinions to your business? If I have a business, I would not, unless it's a spiritual business about spirituality, I'm not bringing my politics. If I'm going to go sell fucking diapers, or I'm going to sell fucking plywood, there's no reason esoteric knowledge needs to be in while I'm selling plywood. I can use esoteric knowledge to help sell my product or make the best product, but I'm not going to advertise. Go look up this channel or what? Not with that. I have another platform I advertise, but you see what I'm saying? You got to know what you're doing. Not everybody wants to hear that shit, and sometimes when you speak too deep like that, they may not even go support your business. And when it's about business and money, you want them to support your shit. Doesn't matter about race, whatever they believe. I don't care if somebody, because if that was the case, then only people who are deep as me, you will only want them as a customer. No, you want everybody as a customer. Otherwise, you won't make no fucking money. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this live stream, guys. I'm thinking should I go into 7-Eleven and get this thing. I'm gonna just end this live stream. I'll hit you guys up later. Peace.